everybody, and happy Magical Monday. Love saying that every time. Welcome to Chromatic Academy Covenstead, a Kids on Broom campaign. We are very excited to be here, so we're just going to start with some announcements. We'll get right into it, and then we will start our intro. So first and foremost, music. So I get my music from RPG Sounds, Tabletop Audio, and Dark Fantasy Studios for all of our music and sound effects you'll be hearing tonight, so go check them out, please. Get ready for an epic Odyssey adventure coming in August. Stardust and Dragons is headed by Christian and Brandon Hatcher, who have been on many of our shows in the past. Raina and Max are also players. You will also hear some of other special guests that might be on this cast in that show because it is a podcast format show, and you'll be able to find it on all podcasting platforms. So please keep an eye out. It's going to be so much fun in August. We'd like to shout out Genki. Get the Genki browser plugin and receive discounts and coupons for shopping online while also supporting Ink and Lyre. That's us. Your purchases grant us commissions while you get all the discounts. Plus, you don't pay anything extra, like Honey or Ebates plugins. So, exclamation mark Genki for links in the chat. As far as the system we are going to be using tonight, it is One More Multiverse. Huge fan, huge fan. Raise your hand if you like One More Multiverse, guys. It is adorable, it's easy, and it is just starting out, so it is actually free. Go check it out for your games. It's amazing, and it's pixelated. Shout out to Jake, who is in the writer's room with me, and Tammy, my friend who does all of the portrait art. They are both amazing people, and they help to make this game happen. And I think that's it.
Yeah, wait, you forgot to toss to me!
Oh, here, you ready? You ready? I'm gonna throw it, here we go. Oh.
God damn it, Lon!
So guys, we game, we don't play contact sports.
We will soon, though.
I do have a shout out that I do want to make. So the very last day of Pride Month, we had a sneak-in donation from where I work. NZXT donated $1,000 to the Trevor Project for our Pride Month stream, where I had streamed every single day last month. And I wanted to, because they did it at the last minute after I had already streamed on the last day, I wanted to make sure to shout them out on this stream, because that's a lot of money! And I'm also very proud to work for them. They're very supportive of the LGBTQ community, and it just means a lot to me that they would do that. And so, yeah, I wanted to shout out NZXT. Thank you so much for the $1,000 donation to the Trevor Project.
That's a huge donation. And you were on their show, right? Like, you got interviewed and
I was on their podcast. I was on their podcast last month. I think it was like the 1st or 2nd of June. Or no, June. Yeah, June.
It was
June.
It was for Pride Month. I remember.
Yeah, that's right. Deanna was there.
I was there. I was in the chat.
Yay!
But other than that, let's get into the intro.
Let's do it. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, everybody.
About what we're laughing about.
So let's go ahead and do a quick recap before we get started. Our first years all started at home. Some of them started in the underworld. Some of them started in beautiful forests, and some of them started in mansions at parties. They started at their house at a grad party, but they all had in common they had to leave for the train. And they faced some difficulties along the way. They made some pretty tough choices in some of those cases. And then when they reached the Sleipnir Express, which is the train pulled by Sleipnir, who is a Norse god, he's also a really hot horse. Um, they got onto the train.
There was
This
no mention
feels
of him
like-
being hot. He was
Yeah,
just
this
a
feels
hoe.
like details we
feel like
missed.
That's a
you
dammy
guys
thing.
missed the bulging muscles. I said he was the biggest horse, okay? In the
Okay,
world,
big
so.
horse equals very sexy. Just
Also,
to know
he's
that
dark
the
green,
rules over.
okay? So yes, he was heading with the train, pulled by his children as well. They go onto the train. They went shopping for brooms, wands, familiars, and other things, and they found Neora's friend Riley towards the end of that train ride, who was being bullied by one Ava Amathea, who I believe it was who was listening in. Oclis was listening in and learned that she is the daughter of Poseidon, and she is very pissed at them. So maybe she'll come
Somebody
back. I don't
remind
know.
me to bring that up to everyone, please.
Oh, and she was pissed because Neora basically blasted her ass. Was how it was framed. She poured some slushy on Riley, and Neora's like, "I'm going to drown you right now." So we
If
come
only they
back.
weren't a water demigod.
Oops. Okay. So we come back, and the train is descending. The academy, it stands tall and proud in the middle of a shimmering lake, surrounded by pristine water on all sides. Its towering stone spires and grandiose walls loom over everything, and the sight is nothing short of breathtaking. Let me put on some music while we do that. The castle itself is a masterpiece of architecture with intricate carvings adorning every inch of the outside walls. The towering turrets and grand entranceways are made of sturdy stone, giving the castle an imposing and invincible appearance. Velvet blue and gold banners hang from the balconies, and many of the windows are colored with stained glass. As you approach the castle, you can see that there are several levels. It is a city unto itself, forever climbing up towards the sky. By magic alone, it holds itself afloat, and the stairways lead into an infinite possibility of hallways and rooms. It is gigantic. You...
Freaking gorgeous. This map is beautiful.
Mhm.
Yes, take a look at the map that is on One More Multiverse. It is holding itself up. And so you feel the train start to rock, and it goes down onto the ground. And the horses on each side are galloping, and they are slowing to a stop. And you feel the train screech and jolt to a complete stop. And everybody is just so excited to leave, so they start to go off the train.
That is big building.
Do we go? Like
I
up and
guess.
up and out?
Yep, guys, we just off the train. Here we go. Here, let me. Okay, you're right. I should lead this charge. I guess. Here we
Probably
go.
wise.
Have you been on a train before?
This is a train.
Yes, quite a few of them actually. I've actually been on this one before, believe it or not. It was
Wow.
family day. It was fine. Yeah, come on. I'll show you.
It's my first time on train. But I know
How was
lots
it?
of people who die on train.
Oh.
I've read about a lot of train deaths and sort of railway accidents.
You would be surprised, I know. Let us talk about this more as we go in. And I just go, we go talk to Hiro, and we just start discussing mortality rates on trains.
Obscure deaths of like Polish diplomats in the late.
Gonna
So,
look
Go
to
ahead,
like
Neora.
Maris and Riley and just be like, we're just gonna pretend this is normal and just go with it for a little bit and everything will be
I
fine in the
feel-
end.
I
Yeah,
feel
we all
like,
good.
I mean, we're out of magic school, so I think
Yeah.
we kind of have to pretend everything is normal.
Yeah, this seems really, normal for magic school, right? I mean, it's a
Yeah.
castle.
Sure. I mean, I've never been to one before, so
But it
let's
looks-
Follow
just-
X.
It looks a
Follow
little bit far away. So as you disembark off of the train, you notice that you are not disembarking on the castle itself. You are actually quite a distance away on the shore, on the grassy shore, and you see a wide spread of sea between you, the shore, and the castle. And as you walk off, Neora, you do
Immediately
notice.
turn to look at Neora and go,
Just part of the ocean kind of vibe.
right?
I
Right,
can-
yeah?
I can try, and the aura will like gesture the hand, and nothing happens. Yeah, no.
Okay, I thought maybe it was like a test or something.
I think Calvic leans over and just goes, "No, you're fine. Just save that." I think you've worked your water magic enough today. Don't worry.
I'm pretty tired.
Sorry.
It's cool. You're good.
So Neora, you do hear, while you're walking off with everybody, you hear a very familiar sound behind you.
Oh no, it's the duck or the goose.
I'm gonna turn around to the goose. Hello.
You turn and you see this like goose slapping its very wet feet as it walks behind both of you, actually right behind Riley. And Riley just looks back at it. It's like, what's it doing? Why is it following me?
I think you want to say hi.
And it like grabs Riley's like bag and starts to tug it. And Riley's like, hey, and starts tugging it back. And you get the feeling maybe this goose is going to stick with you for a little while.
Well, like we've all got familiars, so like maybe you could have a goose.
Yeah, I think Calvic turns to Ocklys and goes, "Oh my god, that goose has been part of that shop since my siblings were in school. I can't believe it. What was her name, Riley? Did Riley actually like bond with that thing?" He's like more saying it to Ocklys, but talking to himself, kind of like, "That's wild."
Yes, goose, very aggressive animals. Perhaps there is cheese or cracker in pockets.
Well, I don't think it's actually a goose. That's the wild thing.
What is it then, do you think?
I don't know. My siblings never told me, but they just kept telling me it's not a goose.
Can
I don't know what that thing is.
do a brains check on what this thing is? Did I do that?
Sure.
already? Because I know we interacted with it.
You can do a brains check to kind of observe the goose and see if there's anything unusual about it. Go ahead and give me a brains TN of, let's see.
17.
Okay.
Tell me
Okay.
everything about the goose.
Yeah, you know about the goose. You know what geese look like. You've seen geese before. This white goose looks.
Oh no, I didn't. No, I didn't roll yet. I was saying what the target number had to be 17.
Oh, I thought you rolled a 17.
Yeah, I thought that
was
too.
like,
That-
oh my
Yeah,
god.
same.
No, I was saying the target number is going to be 17 because it's such an unusual. I'll just roll it.
Go ahead
Don't
and
worry,
give me
but-
an 8. Try to give me an 8.
I got a 12.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so you've seen geese before, but you know that geese don't normally have red eyes. At least as far as you've seen, this goose does have red eyes. And as you remember, when the goose tried to open its mouth, which it's doing quite a bit even now, like as it's biting onto Riley's bag, you see the sharp canine teeth digging into the bag. And geese don't normally have teeth that long either. They're kind of the length of like a dog's teeth. They're very
Red
large.
eyes could be albinism, but I don't think the teeth are associated with that condition.
Well,
So
why
I don't
couldn't I
think
get a cute familiar like that kid? Riley points to Calvic.
The goose is very, very cute. Look at the fuzzy feathers. And it is also very protective. It will chomp anyone who bother you.
Maybe, hopefully. I mean, there are a lot of people who might do that, I suppose.
You will know tonight if it tries to eat you.
it
Riley
won't
just-
try to eat you.
Oh, I bet you could train it to attack that girl that poured the thing on you.
Well, how
Wouldn't
do I
that
do
be
that?
Well,
Ask
I
him
trained
very
Alexa
nicely.
with treats.
Do you want some seeds?
You could, yeah, ask nicely. Treats. I don't know. I've never trained a goose. I've only trained my dog, but she is so great and she listens so well, and I really recommend treats.
Well, maybe it's the same. Maybe you can teach me how to train it later, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We can have a little training session, as long as she doesn't try to eat my dog. Or he.
Oh.
I don't. Is the goose a boy or a girl, or does it matter?
I don't know. I'm gonna call it maybe Darcy.
Darcy. I like that. Darcy. Good name. That's an excellent name for a goose.
Squat down. Darcy, if you're a familiar, you know how to talk.
Let me get this spit off of your face, Hero. He's let me. There you go. That's a lot of spit.
Maybe it's just really lonely. No, just come with us anyway. Okay, so
you do bring up something, Maris. The girl that tried to, that got tidal waved
Yeah.
by Nyora.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I mean,
I am
really,
not
but,
sorry.
like,
It was badass.
That could have been overkill.
Yeah, no,
don't know.
Niora, don't
No,
feel bad. She's
It's only overkill if she die.
Okay.
I thought that would be just regular kill, but okay.
well, when you're getting ass blasted by water, I would count that as overkill. If anything were overkill, that would probably be it. I'm not gonna lie.
Did
No,
it go in her
she's a
ass?
piece of work. She's a piece of work. I wouldn't be sorry about that.
Do you know who it is?
Yeah, she's hung out with my sister before, and my sister's a piece of work, and she's worse. So you all would love my sister. Let me just say, something tells me you all would love my sister. But finds her. I don't know if we can see her in the crowd, but it's like mm-mm.
yeah, you notice her like at a distance. She's like chatting with a group of people. They're very engaged with her, and she's very popular. So you see her just like laughing, and she's just like wringing out her hair, like, "Oh, I totally meant to do that." But you can tell she's still pretty affected by that.
I was plotting her demise, but then I heard her name was Eva Amatea. She's actually the daughter of Poseidon, and he's a bit of a douche too.
Yeah, that sounds like maybe not such a good thing that you did that, Nira.
Yeah. Like,
It'll
I've
be
read some
fine, it'll be
comics
fine.
where, like, Poseidon's pretty chill, so, like, maybe. But, like, historically, the Greek gods are kind of assholes.
No, you are absolutely right. 100%. You should see how many of Zeus's children I've met. All assholes too.
Oh.
Good to know. Are they gonna hate me too?
No. Have you ever heard the expression, 3 heads are better than 1 and 2?
No?
We are your heads. Imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And we are better than just you. We are together.
Okay, that's nice.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
I'm gonna
Yes.
hand Riley some seeds for the goose.
Oh,
And the goose
I
will-
have to teach you guys a lot.
Oh wait, guys, look, it's about
We
to
are
start.
many heads.
Calvin turns and goes, "Wait, guys, what's that?"
So as you start,
I'm so sorry.
as you start to blend into the sea of students, you're walking towards the shore. You see some of them wearing capelets. You see Sana, who's kind of strolled up beside your group. And Sana hands you, kind of very subtly, Eero, a bottle of ink and a small journal. I bought that for you. I know you like to write and stuff, so.
Thank you. I didn't buy anything for you.
That's fine. I mean, you kind of left your card with me. And so Sana will take out the small, looks like a little credit card. It's very shiny and passes it to you. That has our funds on it. It's limited. Don't go around spending it on everything, but the school gave it to us.
Okay, I wasn't completely clear on what it was. Okay, but I get what it is. Did you use my card to buy the journal for me, but you're acting like it's a gift?
No, of course not.
Okay. Well, I have no idea what was on the card beforehand, so if you didn't do that, then you should have done it because it would have been a good move.
You've got plenty of money left. Just don't try to do what you did at Goodwill, okay?
What did I do? What did I do at Goodwill?
You were literally trying to stick everything in your pockets. We don't have to do that here. You have to actually pay in this world. You can't just take things.
Capitalism.
Right, whatever. So some of the students, like Sana, are wearing black capelets with gold lining on them. You saw that Sana was working on this all summer. They were embroidering it themselves. And you notice that some of the students also have capelets with the lining and also stars around them. But there are plenty of students, younger ones, that look like you guys that don't have any capelets at all as of yet. So everyone is moving towards the shore, and you notice 5 very striking figures leading the crowd. When they walk, the whole crowd splits for them. There's a pair of siblings at the front. They look like they may be twins. Heading the group, they have pale skin, dark, like wavy hair, and they're very attractive as well. But what's different about them that you can see is on their capelet, they've got a gold sword pin on it. And so they turn to the crowd and they hold up their hands, all 5 of them. You can tell they're together, but the twins hold up their hands and they say, "Attention, everybody. First years especially, I assume you don't know how to get to the castle. You probably want to watch before you get lost. So, as you can see, we don't have a bridge, we don't have a boat going to the school, which means you'll have to do this."
Oh my god, I don't know how to swim.
I can swim. I can help you.
Just kidding.
The girl of the twins, there's a brother and a sister, she turns and she kind of gracefully jumps into the whirlpool and zip, goes down into it. And so you start seeing the students form a line and start to jump into the whirlpool.
Oh, it's like the whirlpool of the dead, except with less souls in it.
Make sure to cross your arms until your elemental gets you.
Okay.
These
Calvic, who are they?
I super definitely know for sure. Let me just reach in. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who they are.
Let me just
siblings.
ask God real quick.
Let me just reach deep into my memory banks.
Calvic, you would know from what you remember of your sisters talking, because actually all of your sisters have belonged to this group before. It is
tracks.
They are what's called the elite. They are the student council of the school, the ones with the little pins on their capelets.
Oh, it's the prefects.
Student council.
Yes, the student council. So all the student council, they go first just to lead the way. And you all find yourselves eventually shuffling up to the edge of the shore. Who would like to go first?
Calvic will go just because he's never done it before. Because I don't think you're allowed to enter this way unless you're a student, so I don't think he's done it. But he definitely has an idea of what he's supposed to do. So he walks up to it and he's like, "Okay, so like arms out like this." Then he turns to one of the people and goes, "Okay, here we go," and jumps in the back like T-pose, and goes down into the whirlpool.
Feet first. Is that how you're jumping in?
Oh, you know what? No, he does a little backwards fall into it heads first, just because he wants to.
Perfect. So you very confidently trust fall into this whirlpool, and you start to feel the water get tighter and tighter around you. You hear the rushing of the water. It's almost like drowning out any other sound around you, until, because you're trust falling behind, you feel the water start to slip and catch you on the back. And so these water elementals form as small bubbles that slowly get bigger and bigger into an actual shape. What is the animal of your water elemental that catches you?
It's an octopus, 100%.
Okay, awesome. So yes, you feel the tentacles wrap around you and slowly start to, carry you through the water towards the castle. And surprisingly enough, you can breathe. You held your breath at first, but then you see everybody else, or they're not holding their breath, so
Mhm.
you start to breathe as well.
So am I surrounded by other people? Like, is this like a crowd underwater being sustained
Mhm.
by different water elementals? Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, this is a crowd of students, and you know that you can breathe underwater because there is a bubble that forms around your head.
Okay. I think Calvic looks around and sees. Is he able to like move himself, or is it like he is being held by a water element? Does the water elemental like respond to me?
Yeah, you can try to guide the water elementals. Some of them are a little more stubborn, but yeah, your octopus will kind of flow wherever you'd like it to. It doesn't want to get off course or anything.
Oh,
but...
of course. No, I think I'm just trying to get out of the way for whoever decides to show up next.
Okay.
I think he's just saying very quietly to himself because no one else can see him. He's like, "This is really fucking cool."
Okay.
And, but then, yeah, gets out of the way for whoever decides to join him down in the deep, deep sea.
Who's going next? Who's going to jump in next?
I guess I'll go next. Oculus, the way that she goes in is very much like she's just sauntering, walking, and is as if the road is still in front of, or the pathway is still in front of her. She just kind of walks off the edge as if she's still walking, and her just very silently, with her black hair flying behind her, just quietly disappears, very creepily.
Yes, love it. So what is your water elemental? What do they look like?
They look like half bird, half monkey, like the creatures from the Wicked Witch of the West Castle, where they with little hats.
So the half bird, half monkey grabs you up and starts to fly, fly, half creepy crawl across the ocean next to Calvic. Who's next?
I mean, I'm down to go if you guys, or I can go after you guys. Make sure you guys are okay. Like the water's I'm kind of used to it.
Right. I will, but let me get Alexa settled, and she sort of gets her dog neatly tucked into this little purse.
Yeah, Alexa's like shivering and looking down at the water, like, we have to go in there.
We got this. We got this. Okay. And she straightens up and does the arm thing like she's about to take off into a tumbling run. And you can, if you're close enough, you can hear her counting on her breath. 1, 3, 5, 7. And she jumps, crosses her arms, points her toes, shoulders tight, arms tight, like she's on top of the pyramid's time instead of at the bottom, and holds her breath and
whoosh. All right, what's your elemental look like, Maris? Who catches you?
It's gonna look like a seahorse, I think.
I would just like to note that 4 students up on the shore also hold up signs that all say 8.4.
Yes. Love it. Okay, so Maris slips down and her thighs grip onto this seahorse, and you are riding it probably from the back.
All right. Okay.
I like to imagine she shows up in the water and sees that axe. My new Calvic's new axolotl is just like in the water, like, oh my god, I've never seen water like this before. He's just like swimming around, having a great time.
Just flitting around your head, going all sorts of places.
Eero has taken their little buddy, their little owl, out of his pocket. And is kind of holding it. Be cool. And it's just gonna, essentially the way that you jump off a pier in the summer, it's just gonna thud, 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 go into a what is it called? Cannonball, and just go into it. Fully clenched. Every part of his body is clenched.
Okay, awesome. So you just kind of splash because you're clenched so hard. You like splash and you go down, 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 and you are caught by.
Okay. So they're like creatures that come get us, right? I want a big old
made of big
fish.
Bubbles. Yes, cuttlefish. All right. So the cuttlefish catches you, starts to swim. Neora, you are
Neora
last.
will help Riley get in first, and after that Riley's good, they kind of smile, look out behind them, like, well, made it. And then kind of dive in, much like a dolphin, and will honestly, with an overwhelming sense of like giggle and joy, just as like they land in, without any fear of not being able to breathe because Neora. And probably be an otter in a wizard hat.
A water and a wizard hat. Cute. So yeah, you are definitely the most graceful dive into the water. You're so used to this. You slide down into the tunnel, and instead of being caught by the otter, it's more like the otter catches your hand and starts to swim with you, kind of how otters do.
On their back, you hold on to
That's
their
kind of the thought process of like, New York can already breathe and leave the water, so
Yeah, you're
I'll
having a
just
good
swim
time.
together.
I'm
Very-
clinging onto this cuttlefish just fully like a barnacle on the back of his.
Yes, some of you are definitely more comfortable than others when it comes to
Do our familiars
that.
get their own little bubbles? Or, I mean, except for Alex, of course, because he digs it in here.
Yes, every familiar gets their own bubble. The goose is kind of sitting on Riley's dolphin familiar, just like on the back with the little bubble. Alexa has her own bubble. Kronos definitely has his own bubble. So you start to swim, and you see, interesting enough, this will probably be one of the times you get to see the castle underwater, and you see the stairway spiraling down, 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 and much like how the city, or rather the castle was built like a city on the top, it is built like a city on the bottom as well. There are classrooms that are branching out from it. There are spires, and it goes quite deep into the lake. So deep that you can't even see the bottom. It gets very dark towards the bottom, and you wouldn't be able to see it unless you swam down there. So you start to swim, and because you were all waiting for your friends, and because you guys were one of the last students in, the crowd starts to disappear as you can see like there's another whirlpool on the side that they're getting sucked into.
Mm.
And you are kind of left like in the tail end of this crowd. And you start to feel, Neora, a bit of waves. The current starts to get a little stronger. Make sure that theme is not blasting everyone out of their ass. And you...
Oh my god. Every time
So if you look around, you'll notice from the back, from behind, Ava is riding in on a huge water elemental stallion. Its mane is flowing, and in Poseidon fashion, of course. It's beautiful, it's big, and she is just giving you eyes, Neora. She is riding behind you.
No, you're describing a beautiful water stallion. I am imagining her arriving on Gyarados, just full.
Oh, hell yes.
Gyarados as a horse, yes.
Gyarados horse, yes.
So she races forward, and she cuts between Neora, you, and Eero was the second to last that came in, and she cuts between you guys and makes the water kind of flow to the left just to set you off course, and she comes back around from behind again. And anything? Is anyone having more?
I mean, Neo's gonna scream because Neo's not expecting that.
Okay. So
I
think Kalvik turns around, but
before they rejoin.
yeah, Kalvik like turns around to see what's going on, but I think is heading that direction, but doesn't necessarily have can't interrupt whatever first interaction is going to happen between the two of them.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you notice that. So she cuts in front, she goes in the back, and the waves are starting to get a little more turbulent in the back. And she is going to race forward, seeing you holding hands with this otter, and she is going to grab your arm and tug so that you rip away from your otter elemental. I want you to give me a Bronze Tien of 10.
Well, I'm gonna need to roll real fucking well is the answer to that. That is gonna be a 1.
And can Kalvik try to like assist in some way using a spell to try to keep him and her and the otter together? Like I feel like his reaction is like, oh god, and like is gonna try to I don't know what maybe grit this would fall under, or
what would you like to do?
I don't know. I just want to like try to bind keep them together. I want to keep them bound so that she can't just rip him away. If anything, like Ava would be forced. Like Ava's pulling on Neora, and Neora's hanging on to Otter. I almost said Weasel. Otter. I would like just to keep Neora and Otter together so that Ava can't rip them apart.
So go ahead and try, because Neora got a 1. So let's just say, yeah, let's do
I don't know if I can do anything. He's going to try to do it. I don't know if it'll work.
I think what will happen is you can try and send the Otter after her, maybe, because right now, like kind of as a reaction. Does that make sense?
Sure, yeah.
So you go ahead and manipulate the waves to where maybe you can send the Otter her way, because at this point, because Neora, you got a 1, I'm going to explain what happens real quick. So she grabs onto your wrist and she yanks, and she is riding with this stallion to the left. So the school is in front of you. You're heading that way. She is going off to the left, and she is dragging you behind her on her horse. So you can breathe underwater, but this is still really, really scary.
Yeah, it's still not great.
And you start to feel like, you know, as you are riding with her, you start to feel like maybe you are not you're leaving the border of the magic that is the water tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
So real quick, Calvic, if you want to go ahead and give me kind of like a deflective spell, like a flight roll, TN.
Flight. Okay, sounds good.
TN 7, you're going to try and pretty much make the waves move so that the Otter can be faster about catching her.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, so you said 7?
Yes.
Okay, so I rolled a grand total of 4, because I rolled 2d4s plus 1, but I will use 3 of my adversity tokens to bump that up to a 7.
Okay, awesome. So you take your wand and you start moving the waves so that the Otter can ride on them to get to Neora, and the Otter does catch up and grab for Neora's foot, because that is where it's caught up at this point. So it is trying to grab your hand, Neora, but it's got your foot right now. So does anyone else want to do anything, or are we... Neora, do you want to make another roll?
Yeah, could I try to kind of lean into the fact of that, like, I have spent my entire life ducking and weaving through water a bit like a dolphin. That's kind of what nymphs do with 90% of their free time for fun. Can I try to lean into the currents of it and almost kind of subvert their, like, swim through their water elemental? If it's like bubbles of water, could I try to swim through the horse itself to get out the other side?
Yeah, you want to try to swim through the water elemental to get onto the other side.
Yeah, so that's like, obviously, you can't really, in order to like keep holding me, that's like bend their arm through underneath, which obviously is kind of hard to do.
Sure. First, though, you have to get out of Ava's hold. Do you want to do something about that?
Yeah, let's do... Yeah, I'm made of water, so this shouldn't affect me as bad as I'm thinking it's probably going to affect her. Let's do a little bit of lightning. Like a little bit of electricity, just to conduct all the way through. Yeah, through me.
We're all in the water now!
It does not spread that far, it's a lake.
Have you ever seen what they do when it storms at Wet and Wild?
It's not
Everyone
a lightning, it's enough of a static shock to like...
Have you ever watched, again, back to Pokemon, have you seen what Pikachu does to those water types? We are in danger.
We are in danger.
I love it, though.
Nowhere near a lethal
Okay.
fall.
So lightning would be combat magic, which does fall under fight, but because she's got a very tight hold on you, it's not going to be hard to shock her. But let's see. Go ahead and do a fight TN of 6.
Cool. That's gonna be a... That's a 4 plus 3. That's gonna be a 7.
A 7. Awesome. Okay.
4 plus 3. Yeah, that's 7. I can do maths.
Awesome. So I'm not even going to make you roll for the thing of swimming through the elemental because you've got this. You pretty much have been swimming all your life, but you do kind of take your hand. Is this what you do? You take her hand and shoot a lightning bolt through her,
More
basically?
Yeah, not like a full-on, like, lightning bolt of the sky, but more just enough of electrical current to, like, an electric eel kind of vibe.
Yeah, you want to shock her. Well, electric eels can be. But yes, you want to shock her, and she does. She screams, "Ah!" And she, like, reaches and takes her hand back. She's very, like, startled by that. And you zip through her elemental, and you find yourself free of Ava, and she shoots you a glare, and she, like, whips her wand out and starts to do this to try to catch you in a whirlpool. Okay, so I need you to do a flight roll, and if anybody would like to do anything, just let me know.
I would like to do something defensive.
Okay.
Because I am good at grit. Can I instead, in the same way that like Wall of Force is used, can I have it where she's like caught in her own little bubble and the whirlpool gets set off in her own little bubble?
Yeah, you can do that. Let's see. So you want to manipulate the whirlpool to where it basically catches her instead.
Mm-hmm.
How would that be grit?
It is a defensive. It is to keep someone safe, physically.
This sounds.
Or dispelling magic that's already been cast. I will take what I can.
You can do that. So most defensive spells would be flight because it's a reactive thing. But if you want to use grit to try to stop her, what you could do, and it sounds like this is what you're trying to do, is you are basically focusing on, instead of her, so she's making this whirlpool, like, right? In front of her. You're going to redirect it, exactly. Give me a grit roll of 9.
That's a 3.
I'm sorry.
Plus 1 is a 4. I can't even use my adversity tokens to get it.
Did you roll your D4 for magic?
Additional D4 for magic?
No!
You need to do that. Do it.
That is 1 higher.
Nice.
Good.
Takes you out of
But
critical failure range.
I'm gonna give myself another adversity token for later.
Love it. Okay, so yes, Aklis, you did say you love to fail, so
motherfucker.
For the record, Kalvik is trying to like put himself in between the two of them and like get Ava's, just trying to like address Ava, like talking, not just like throwing spells back and forth, but like trying to insert himself into this situation in the background.
What Ira would like to do, 90% of what she wants to do is just float gently to the left as a reaction to all the water moving around, just in the background of the sea. And then the last moment when I see you kind of sneaking through the bubble body, I have very high flight. I would like to just kind of assist Niora in getting out of there, which seems to be the best route. Can I do some kind of flight check to essentially, I don't even know what I could physically do. Maybe let her hitch a ride on my cuttlefish and send them up ahead.
Yeah, you can do that. So basically, yeah, you can swoop in and try to get her to grab onto your cuttlefish if you'd like. Go ahead, do a flight roll of 8.
Okay.
And Kalvik, what are you doing? You're trying to distract her? You're trying to
I'm essentially trying to like get in between her and Niora, just to be like, hey, I want to like actually talk to her if I can. I don't know how speech works in our little bubbles here, but I like want to make it. I just want to like put myself physically in between them. So if she wants to try to do something, it's like, whoa, stop! Like, let's take a second here. This is a little fucking extreme, huh?
Okay, so yeah,
consider it a snap decision, or can I use my halfsies thing?
I'm gonna say this is a snap decision because you are rushing in to try to save Niora.
What, I needed an 8?
You needed an 8. What are you at?
Yeah, I rolled a 1. I have a plus 2, so I got a 3.
Okay. Okay, so while you are rushing in to try to get in the middle, Um,
Oh, I'm not trying to get very clearly not trying to get in the middle. I would like to not be a part of this. I'm just pushing the cuttlefish in the direction to help. I don't want anything. Eero's body is nowhere near the kerfuffle. It's just take.
are you on top of the cuttlefish? Where are you?
I slip off and I go, go. Eero is a coward. Eero is not going in there. Sorry.
Where is Eero going? Like, what are you?
Just gonna float like a log in the lake.
Eero's trying to pass responsibility to the cuttlefish, so I don't know if Eero can roll here because it doesn't sound like Eero's doing anything. Just like go help, and
Eero,
then stops.
You're in the very deep parts of the lake right now, so you'll have to grab onto. It doesn't matter. You can grab onto Maris's and ride with you. Okay.
Is going to reach out and grab you because she's not letting you go.
But so unfortunately, when the cuttlefish goes over to start to try to save Neora, her Ava's stallion will rear back and kick through it and make it little bubbles. It'll dissipate into little bubbles. So, all right.
Bitch killed my cuttlefish.
Yeah, they're water elementals. They'll come back. Calvic. All right. So you are now trying to get in between and talk to Ava. What do you say?
I think he takes his wand out and just like does one of these and just like makes a white flag appear in front of him, like parlay, like literally I think writes in the water with his wand parlay. Like, can we just take a second here? Like, oh my god.
Okay, cool. So you display that white flag and you see her look at it for a moment. And then she kind of smirks like she's been victorious. And so she'll just like tilt her head up a bit and be like, that's what you get when you mess with me. And she goes forward and leaves you guys in her dust, in her bubbles of stallion. Before she does that, though, would you like to do anything, Maris?
Maris has mostly been trying to figure out what she can do because she is not nearly as comfortable with magic as everyone else seems to be. So she's mostly just going to keep a grip on Eero and pull her in, grab her in, hold her by the waist if she can. Okay, got her on the seahorse. We're going to get there. We're going to make it back. It's okay. We're good. Yeah? Yeah, we're teamwork. See?
So, awesome. Neora, go ahead.
Sorry, can Eero breathe?
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to, but he can if he wants to, I guess.
Okay, just wanted to double check, because, yeah, you lost your
I don't know if my
cuttlefish,
bubble got burst when my dude left. In which case my owl would be very upset, but I'd probably be fine. So.
Neora, you are now, you swam through the elemental, you got free, but now the otter is trying to grab your hand. Do you take it?
Neora will instruct the otter to go help the owl from drowning, as Neora is absolutely fine, and will just kind of like almost spin into like the current, and just kind of let that. They don't need to breathe them. They don't need anything extra to breathe. They're fine.
Awesome. So
Eero might. Neora doesn't know.
The otter goes to help Eero, offers its hand.
I take Lila out of my pocket and I put him in the owl, just like. Then I get on the otter.
All right. Is there anything else you guys want to do before we head to the portal? You are all very alone in this lake.
Calvic just looks to Neora and like writes in the water again with his wand, just makes little projections, writes the letter U space OK question mark.
Can Neora talk?
Yeah, you can talk.
Yeah.
I think he just goes like this.
Yeah, I'm
Scuba
good.
diving.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Calvic wants you to give the thumbs up.
Just as a note, that's go up in scuba diving. That's not okay. This is okay.
And Calvic is like, and starts trying to lead everyone over to
signifiers for up or down. These are directional. And then you're like.
So Calvic will lead everybody towards the portal, and you will get sucked through on the other side, which is where It was supposed to be kind of a straight shot, like from here to here, and unfortunately you got derailed by a certain someone. So you are sucked in, and you come out on the other side. Let me go ahead and change the map for us. Into a grand hall. Okay, I'm going to change this music because we're no longer in danger.
Dun 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 dun
Dun, dun, dun.
dun 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 dun.
It's very dangerous music, I feel.
Okay. There we go. So you are basically, you are going to appear at the bowl on the very top. So you can see below, the first thing you see coming into this hall is the grand statue of what looks like it might be a woman clutching a stone broadsword. It's a stone statue above you, and you're going to come out from the bowl, and you look around, and the students are all here. You are sopping wet. All of you are sopping wet, and everybody else is not. Everybody is very dry. And it's a little embarrassing. Okay.
I mean, Oculus just looks like Samara from The Ring, standing behind everyone.
Yeah, your hair is just draped down in front of your face. Everybody's like giving you a look, like, why are they wet? What happened? And Sana's gonna run up to all of you and be like, "What happened? Why didn't you get through the tunnel? Okay? Why are you wet? Did you go exploring or something?"
There's a lake outside.
Yeah, and if you would have stayed in the tunnel like you were supposed to, you're supposed to stay dry. That's usually how this works.
I think Kalvik addresses everyone staring at him like, "No, we're fine. Oh, thanks. Oh, thank you so much for waiting. Oh, water's great, by the way." And he like wrings his scarf out, like, "Oh, it was so refreshing. You all missed out." And like spits.
You can't just go off doing whatever you want. You're gonna get in trouble.
Can we sit down?
Yes, go sit down. We're about to start.
Where are you sitting?
Just come on, everybody. Just come with me. Sit down at this table. So you find surprisingly, there is a bench in the very back, and it is empty, and all the students are lined up. You see at the front a couple larger tables that are lined up, and you notice that these are probably the professors of your school. You notice a very nervous looking gray, floppy-eared professor towards the left-hand side. You notice a very pale, platinum-haired, stern-looking professor towards the right-hand side. There's all types of faces in front of you. But the most noticeable face at the front is the man. He's huge. He's a broad-shouldered man at the front with a very glorious, well-oiled mustache and a large phoenix feather that comes out of his circlet. And the circlet has like a little sapphire in the middle. And you kind of take a moment to look around at this hall, and you hear the whispers of, "Oh, this must be Lady Nimue Hall." And you know that this is the pride and joy of the Academy. It is a beautiful hall. You feel the grandeur of it, the radiance, and you can tell that it's very, very old. And that probably Lady Nimue herself used to pass through these halls as well.
Sorry, excuse me. Sorry.
I was wondering how long
Hurry up!
Ira was gonna stay there.
So you already saw, of course, the statue of Lady Nimue at the front. And you smell as well behind you tables and tables of food, haunches of venison, vibrant fruits, bottles of wine and mead, and there's a whole table dedicated to dessert as well. But you can see nobody is eating it, and Sana gives you a look just to make sure you don't get up and just start eating.
Can you dry them off? Can you dry them off?
Oh, so Sana will take out their wand and do like a little tap, 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 tap to all of your clothes, and they start to get a little wind, a little breeze through them. There. I should have kept you wet, though, so you could, learn not to break the rules.
Is it very clear that they're, like, related from the same area? Because you said
Oh,
she
yeah.
did it to all of us, right?
They're both dryads. They're both
Yes.
built out
Okay.
of wood, and they seem to
I think Calvic, because I moved Calvic over, so standing by Eero, I think Calvic goes like, hey, look, I don't, your sister, whatever, but, like, lay off. This was not our fault.
Who are you, by the way? I'm sorry, I don't think we were properly
No.
introduced.
Uh,
Just like bending over.
Sana's just like, where did you come from? My name's Sana. I'm actually a second year, so just to let you know, I've been here a year before, so I know everything that goes
Yeah,
on.
no, your cape gave that away. I understand that, but like,
Huh.
also, Eero's fine. Like, you see that one, and like points to Ava, like, Queen Shit over there decided to give us a run for our money. So, thank you for drying us off. Yes, I'm sure you're wonderful, and you know so much with your little stars.
I'm
We're
going
fine,
to kill
thank you.
her.
That's a little bit.
Occlese?
No,
Well,
maybe.
murder isn't allowed at the school. Okay, shh, guys, come on. Okay, I understand it's not
I'm
your
going
fault.
to
Just try to get
maim
in
her.
less trouble than next time. I
I'm
don't-
going to maim
want you
her
to-
then.
Okay.
Nero just like grabs Arkley's hand and like just kind of pulls Arkley to sit down.
She is.
And-
The funny thing is, she is sitting down.
Just sitting down.
she's
Just really tall.
She's just towering above everybody.
You just so when you grab her
Riley's
arm, she
sitting
just leans over a little bit.
Sorry.
And then Calvic goes, oh shit, look, the mustache is talking.
Yes.
Sorry, Sana.
So everybody quiets down. The silence is deafening as the man up at front, he clears his throat. All right, greetings, students.
Yes, 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 yes.
Hot dog!
Let me change the music real quick.
You got
All right.
banjo up in here?
All right. Okay. Greetings, students. I am Lord Preston Walker, the headmaster of this prestigious magical academy called L'Académie de la Dame Suze Marine. I am thrilled to welcome you all to this hallowed institution where you will receive the finest education in the art of magic. And he, looks back at all of you. Some of you are embarking on a new and exciting journey, and some of you are back to continue your path. Rest assured that you are in the presence of greatness. And he's gonna, put his hand on his chest and then motion to the professors. Most of you have likely heard of me, of course. I am a new professor here. It is my first year. But I have been the reigning bat capper for the Bald Barnstormers for the last 10 years. Yes, 10 years. Actually, long time, I know. I believe that Cap the Bat is essential to building character and discipline, and this is why every single one of you has brought your very own broom to this school this year, and will be playing our Chroma Society's beloved tradition. And you hear some of the students, woo! Yeah! Cap the Bat! We love Cap the Bat! Woo, 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 woo! Most of the werewolves.
Is this speech enchanted? I feel the need to put my hand over my heart, but specifically my right hand.
No one will be deprived of this enriching experience while I am the lord of this school. And who knows, maybe we are in the presence of greatness. I myself first started my career in big state, small town Texas, USA. And he starts to drone on, so you kind of get the feeling. Okay, so let me get some rolls. I want.
What is a Tex ass?
What in the hell is a
I'll
USA?
explain it to you later. But yeah, you got the ass part right. That's fine.
So, Eero, go ahead and give me assess the crowd. Give me, because you are the best at observation in this group. Give me a TN of 7 for brains to assess what's going on here.
I'm just gonna take halvesies if this isn't a split decision, and I'll get 11.
Okay, 11. So you notice quite a few things. You notice some of the students are whooping, they're super excited. They're like, yes, Cap the Bat, this is the professor we've all been waiting for. But a lot of the older second and third years are sharing glances at each other. They are not particularly impressed with this man. And you see the professors up at the front, and many of them are like, their jaws are tight. They're gripping, like they're just like trying to smile, but they disapprove highly of what is going on up at the podium.
Are there any professors who are into it, or is it uniformly they're against it?
Yes, actually, you do see one professor who's just nodding, and he's like so into it. He is looking straight into Lord Walker's eyes, and that is the bald man on the edge of the table with the big beard, and he is just, yes, and his wife just. The tall woman next to him is rolling her eyes.
I can tell that they're married because they're wearing wedding rings and
they're wearing wedding
over each other. There we go.
Yes,
Give each other googly eyes.
He's giving somebody else googly eyes, and the woman who's holding his hand is gripping it very tightly. You notice that.
Lean one direction and then the other, and then just be exactly in between, and just whisper loudly enough that both Sana and Calvert can respond. Who's the bald guy?
Oh, that's Professor Bristol.
Professor Bristol.
Yeah.
Interesting. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why he's so into this, though. I didn't know he was so into Cap the Bat. And where's our old Cap the Bat professor? This is so weird. But I have no doubt that each and every one of you will emerge as a true master of the craft. So let us begin this journey together. Shall we? Yay! Some of them, and others are staying silent.
We cannot consecrate. We cannot delegate. Gettysburg Address.
We study magic not because it is easy, but because it is hard.
I can feel the fascism of America
And
protruding
so am
through my screen.
I love this guy.
So, if any of you would like to come up to the front and ask about my Cap the Bat career, feel free to do so. However, I will be available for this day. I have a surprise for all of our first years who are joining us this year. We are going to be holding a dorm decorating contest to enliven the spirit of the fresh covens coming in here today. You're all going to be sorted into your covens, and that's going to be a beautiful experience. But I do believe that a coven is only as strong as the weakest chroma inside of it. So, in order to make you all a very powerful chain of teamwork, we're going to have you decorate your dorms, and I'm going to go around and I'm going to judge every single one on my own, and also with Professor Clyde and Professor Medusa. So, did you have something to say, Eero, or are you just...
I had a question, but mostly I'm really feeling that swell of patriotism. The question though was, he said that he captained or managed a specific team, right? What team was that?
Yes, the Bald Barnstormers.
The Bald?
Terrible name. All right.
That is a sports team name and a half. That is the most
Yeah.
sports ball name I've heard.
Any chance whatsoever that any information on that team would have wandered through the arbor at any point? Like any river nymph coming through going, I just went to this game. Or
I want to know what Calvik knows about it, because I feel like I mean, he's not a huge Cap the Bat fan, but I feel like it's pretty prestigious, and so I feel like his family probably keeps tabs, and Maris, that tracks for me.
Yeah, you're probably going to get the most information from Maris, who, your family probably loved Cap the Bat growing up.
Horatio was big on Cap the Bat.
Horatio, and your
Cap the
mom,
Bat
too.
every weekend. That's why I knew exactly which broom to get, because that's what all the players use.
Mm-hmm. And you know that you remember the USA team, Bald Barnstormers, and you remember them being
Incredible.
a very good team. They were kind of pushy and violent, more so than a lot of the other teams. They were known for being very, very assertive. And you know in particular that Lord Walker was a huge player, their star player, actually. But he retired after 10 years, and you heard your father going on and on and on about how sad it was because he's the best player in Cap the Bat that has happened in years.
So is it a surprise? I guess I'm just curious for families that maybe were. I guess I don't know if Maris's family would have been plugged in, but like did I know, or was there a bunch of news that Lord Preston Walker was going to become the headmaster here, or is this kind of a surprise to people as we come in today?
This is kind of a surprise.
Cool.
Even Sana is surprised because there was a new headmaster the previous year, and
Sure.
something must have very changed either right before the first year or the beginning of the year or during the summer. So you didn't hear anything from your sisters or anything like that. And you do know it's strange too because you don't normally have like huge celebrities being like the headmaster of this school. It's always been really prominent Chroma who are known for very, very academic, scholarly accomplishments in the community. Even your professors, like you've heard of some of their accomplishments, but this is strange.
So this is just a world lore question. So in this world, the entire United States has, I guess it's like the Olympics. They're represented by one team. So like the Chromatic Society respects the United States as one big thing. They function under the same government.
I would say that the United States probably has a few Cap the Bat teams, but the Bald Barnstormers are definitely the most well known because they have gone the farthest in like tournaments and things like that.
Are you prepared for me to ask more geopolitical questions over the course?
Are you prepared to make that up?
Yeah.
What did you read, Hero? Anyway, so he goes on and he says, of course, you know, there is a prize, yes, for winning the dorm decorating contest. So do your best because it is the best prize.
What is the prize?
I am so glad you asked, little Missy back there. The prize.
You're welcome!
Laura
spirit,
shrinks into
these
the table.
juniors. Love it, and he's gonna pound the table with his.
Yes, I pound with them because apparently this is social norm. Who knows?
If you win, you are going to be able to have lunch with me right over there. And he points over to the throne and the two tables right by it. Do you see on the map? I'm talking the far
Yep.
side.
Yes,
Yeah.
no, I see it. The private opera balcony over there.
Someone who's definitely not in our group, far off to the right side of the stage, yells, "Are there participation trophies?"
Oh my god.
Like I said, a coven is only as strong as their weakest link, so no, there are absolutely no... He just stops and collects himself. This generation, I swear. Anyway, no, just one winner. We only have a few seats over there, and this is a very, very sought-after prize. So please do your best.
Very sought after.
He is a hot
Thank you.
commodity.
That's right.
Does Maris mildly get excited at the prospect of getting to have lunch with Lord
I
Preston
do.
Walker?
I lean over to Maris and I'm like, do I want to have lunch with this man?
Yes, you want to have lunch with him. Oh, and get him to autograph your broom if you can. Because that's just going to make it so much more lucky. You got to do it. Oh, I wonder if he'll do that, like, if we go meet him after. My dad is going to be so excited if I come home with a broom signed by Preston Walker!
And also to like reward like educational foundations, not. I'm sorry. Anyway, kind of shrinks back in.
It's team building,
Okay.
right? Yeah, no, you want this.
Are
Everyone.
we on a team now then? Is that
Well, I don't
how-
know.
We're going to be sorted into a coven based on our skills, aptitudes, and humors, maybe. I don't know.
All right, everybody. We are going to be forming the junior covens now. So please pay attention. And he will turn, and he will walk towards the bowl, the swirling water that you came out of. And he is going to take out his very large wand, very hefty wand. I don't know if it's like 15
Is it as
inches.
impressive as Calvic's wand?
It's
Because
probably like 13 and a half.
It's not as big.
quite.
It's not as big as
he says 14 every time?
I think Calvic leans over to Eero, since that's who's sitting next to him, is like, "Hey, if we don't get put in the same coven, it's been nice to meet you. This has been fun. Good luck." And then turns
to you and goes. Just stares at you.
and
Trustful.
Calvic just nods and then turns around and looks over his back shoulder, which he's actually done a couple times since we've been in the room.
I look over his back shoulder as well, just fully mirroring his movement. Is there anything back there?
He's looking at the pastries.
Oh yeah, the dessert table.
There's a bunch of desserts over on the back right, so he just keeps kind of like eyeing those up.
So he is going to wave his wand, which looks even smaller in his very large hand, by the way, over this bowl, and he starts to kind of look like it's stirring, and then water starts to glow, and the first line of parchment pops out, and he catches it. All right, our first coven for today is going to be Ava Amathea, and you see her stand up.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
What will it cost me to subtle spell explosive diarrhea in this very moment?
God.
To Ava.
Okay, so you're going to take your wand.
Does she know how to give someone diarrhea? Hold on, we have to give medical education some sway here. We're doing some shit, but does Oakley know how to give someone diarrhea?
It just has to look like diarrhea. It doesn't have to be diarrhea.
Oakley knows plenty of people who died of dysentery on the Oregon Trail, okay?
Sure, yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, okay.
This would be fight, right? Fight, because it's harmful. It's harmful.
I did
But
not
it sounds
expect
like an
one of us to
illusion to
get
me.
detention this early in the campaign.
But I want a subtle spell.
Okay, here, I'll give you a few options.
Give me some options. What are my options?
If you're trying to do an illusion, it's going to be charm.
Okay, well
If you
that's not gonna work.
if you try and make it to where everyone thinks they see this, it's grit. It will be, I guess it could be, oh man, fight would
I'm
be.
fine with grit. I'm fine with grit.
I think grit would be if you were controlling the minds of everyone in the room to see if they thought it. I think fight, if you're just trying to lob diarrhea so it looks like it's coming out her butt, then I think that's a fight.
Yeah. Have to conjure diarrhea.
Does Kronos give me a plus?
I feel like constricted. This is disgusting.
Don't know.
But I feel like getting in there and opening the sphincter is a grit.
I don't know if this helps, but McBluff did just try to redeem luck for Lauren, and then also successfully bless the party.
Thank
So
you,
I don't know what
Matt.
that means,
This
but
is an Iron Valley, but thank you. Okay, like I guess it would be fight if you are trying to, oh my god, do some kind of spell that loosens
Your bowels.
the muscles. Okay. Yeah, no, go ahead and do brawn for that, because that would be loosening the muscles. So you can do grit. For mind magic, you would only hit a few people. Like the people around her.
That's fine. Word travels fast. That'll work.
Oh, the only person who needs to believe that she has diarrhea is Ava Amathea.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's
She
all I need.
believes that she shat her
That's
pants.
true. Okay, so if you are
Oh, I
Okay.
love our party.
Grit. Is it grit? I'm so ready.
it is great if you are trying to target Ava herself and make her think this. And my god, okay, it's going to be
Oh,
a 10.
okay. I'm prepared to use all of my adversity.
Can I
tokens.
give my adversity tokens to Lauren?
wait, is Grit your 20?
Yes.
Well, then just take half.
What do you mean take
You
half?
could
Yeah,
take
you can
half
take half.
if
You
You
have.
automatically get 10.
Oh, I
and then
can.
add all your bonus. And
Yes,
then you
you
add your
can,
bonuses
because
after the
this
10.
is a planned action. You are
I would.
sitting there.
Yes. I'll use all of them. I'll use all of my adversity tokens. How much did you say? What was the
Oh
TM?
no, you don't even have to use adversity
Okay.
tokens.
All right.
You can
Plan.
just do
Let's
it.
do it. Let's,
You just take
yes.
half.
My God. Let the brown rain fall from the thighs.
Okay, so he calls out her name, Ava Amathea, and she gets up and she's just like, yes, me. Everybody's clapping. And all her fans are like, yay.
I clap as well. Because
And
I
then-
know what's happening.
You just see her face pause, like freeze. and she slowly looks back behind her. She screams and covers
Jesus
her
Christ.
butt. She's like, she's looking around, and everybody's still like, what? Like, they're just so confused. And she's just like,
Oh,
she just like runs out
I
the
wonder
hall.
why she's so upset. Oh.
Hi,
Rated
Raiders.
a 40 in a perfect moment.
The poor thing. I wonder why. Oh, thank you for the raid.
Seriously, thank you.
A raid of 40 from Winter.
Yeah,
Winter's
hello,
Tale.
Tails.
You
More
came.
time to raid.
You came just as a spell was cast to make somebody have explosive diarrhea in the middle of the Great Hall of our great Nimue Hall.
Yes, this
Welcome to
grandiose
Chromatic
hall
Academy.
covered in shit. Okay, so she screams bloody murder, and she's covering her ass, she's covering like her legs, trying to cover everything really, as she stumbles over herself to run and leave the hall, and everyone's just like, they're clapping slows, and Lord Walker's just like, all right, well, I know it was a long journey, but I did think they had bathrooms on the train. All right, well, Ava Almathea, she'll come back. Farkas Wagner, and you see like a large, brawny-looking werewolf stand up. Maz, no last name, just Maz, I guess. And this green-haired, minty-looking kid gets up. He's a nymph. That's an interesting name. D'Arcy Dragomir. And you see a very gothic-looking vampire with black hair over his one eye get up, and he's just like flips his hair. And excuse me, I never seen a name like this. There's a symbol that looks kind of like an A, and then a Kimmy kiss. And then a girl gets up with long brown hair, and she's got like she's clutching what looks like maybe a little crystal ball.
Who is the goth vampire again? What is the name? I gotta write this down. This is important.
The RC.
D''RC.
DRC.
D'Arcy Dragomir.
And who is
Okay.
the second person? I missed the second person. I'm so
You
sorry.
got Farkas Wagner,
Yes, Farkas.
who's a very large
God,
werewolf.
Farkas.
And,
Ava, Farkas Wagner, Maz,
Maz.
M-A-Z, Maz,
Maz. Yes.
D'Arcy
Maz.
Dragomir, and
And then
symbol,
Act
looks like an A, Kimmy
Gimme
Kiss.
Kiss. And she's kind of like talking to this little crystal ball you see that's tucked into her hand. She's like, okay, guys, this is like the time we're going to find out who my coven is. All right, follow me.
Oh God,
And so
no.
they all walk up to the front, and they all line up at the front. And you can tell that Lord Walker's trying to wait for Ava, but after a while he's just like, okay, well. And they put these black capelets on them. And he's like, all right, what do you want your coven name to be?
Oh no.
And Kimmy speaks up. She's like, oh my God, I really wish Ava was here because she'd have a better idea than me, but all I can think of. So let's all hold hands. And she reaches out and holds their hands, and they hold hands like a little circle. She's like, I think that we should be named after the most mythological creature that's really hard to find out in the wild. Besties. Let's name ourselves the Besties Squad. And they're like, hold their hands up, and they're like, yay! And they go back down the stage. I love the reactions. They go back to their bench, and Lord Walker's like, all right, well, that was an experience. So next coven, let's see.
Lord Preston Walker sounds like the type of guy who would cuss on like live television and be like, "Yeah, that sounds like a fucking name." I can't say fucking, but every time he swears, it just beeps it out. Like, wait a minute, I can't say fuck.
I'm
This-
ready for this guy to come to some sort of event all drunk, because it's gonna happen.
Oh, yeah. This is why he only is featured for 30 seconds on the news and like interviews,
Yeah.
because they're like,
Kids are watching
get
the
him off.
program. Their parents should be watching with them. That can hurt. Fuck. Beep.
Showing them how the world works.
yeah.
If the world these days with the participation trophies, you can't go shielding them from the facts and the fucking.
The world's gonna beep them up at one way or another. Might as well get it started. Beep now.
Yes.
Anyways, I'm sorry. Next coven.
All right. So we got to get through these. There's like 10 buildings. All right. Occlese. Occlese, is there an Occlese?
I'm standing up. I'm the. I obviously she's like the biggest one in the room. Hello.
All right. Come on. Oh, you're the really enthusiastic one. Come on up. Come on up.
Oh,
I don't know if we have a capelet in your size. We might have to do something custom. All right. So come on up. Let's see. Neora.
Oh, yeah, hi.
All right. Come on up. Maris Walker. Oh, Walker. Oh, there must be some kind of distant relationship.
Calvic's like, oh my god, this is weird. This is pretty cool though.
Just let me kind of walk over. I'm a little bit nervous.
All right. A Calvic. We have a Vic in our presence, everybody. Come on up, Calvic.
Oh god. Okay.
You know, I have
Present.
one of your sisters, Joanna Vic.
Yeah, no, she mentioned you. Yeah, she's doing great. Thanks for asking. She's wonderful as always.
Perfect. And lastly, E. Rowe. E. Rowe. Are you here, E. Rowe?
Stand up. You're gonna look down at Sonic.
All right. Sonia's just like, come on, go. And like pushes you a little bit forward. Go. This is a really special moment. Try to enjoy it.
Run up. I start to jog a little bit, and I'm like, no, that looks weird. So then I just start walking. I'm like, I don't fucking remember how to walk.
Very slow.
How do you walk like a normal person? And so you get this really
Feel your stiff little legs just shuffle across, trying to be regal, but somehow it doesn't feel right. So you all line up at the front, and you have him putting on your capelets and tying them at the front. They are pure black, and they come out, and they have golden buttons and little chains. Occlese, yours looks rather small on you. Yours kind of looks like a little tiny, what would it be called? Like a little collar, I guess.
Yeah, I just kind of, I imagine, like I'm putting on, play clothes or something from, the children's department at Walmart or something.
Yeah.
Like one of those, Barbie princess clothes that are just way too small.
And I do believe you're probably even a little taller than Lord Walker, so he
I look down at him.
He reaches up and he doesn't like to look up at people, so he kind of shuffles very, very quickly past you once he gets it on. All right, our newest junior coven, what is your name that you would like to be called? This name will follow you to the ends of time. This name will follow you throughout your entire years here, and you cannot change it, because once it's there, it is set in magic, and it is set in L'Academy Stone.
I would like to push this for 20, 30, 40, 50 episodes so that I can force Danny to feel the same pain that I had to endure.
This is why we get it done. Get it done. Second episode.
Neo's gonna look to all of the others with anyone?
Calvic leans forward. It's gotta be ass blasters, right? It's gotta
No.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, not the vibe. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's a good suggestion, but
I love that. We'd have to censor it on Twitter every time. Join the ass blast.
Nice. What kind of show is this?
Should we talk out of character, and then in character it'll be as though it came to one of us?
What about the don't tread on me? That seems very...
No. Oh gosh. I mean, he'd probably like it, but no.
I don't know. If we want to go super basic, Fantastic Five sounds it's just got a little
It's vaguely comic-y.
Yeah, vaguely.
The Unsinkable.
Because we just came out of the water.
The
and we didn't
Unsinkable
drown.
sounds cool.
The Unsinkables.
You're right. We're always wet. We're the wetties.
Always wet. The wet ones.
The wet
The
ones.
wet bandits.
The wet-
That's a movie.
The wet bandits. The wet friends.
But it's
The wet
spelled
friends.
W-H-E-T because we're sharp. The wet bandits.
The
Let's go back to the Unsinkables. I like
the
that.
moist amigos.
Well, I don't know if I can get...
Amoistos is pretty good.
Amoistos? I kind of like Amoistos.
Almost like
I kind of
driftwood or
do.
something.
Oh.
McBluff wants a poll.
Oh yeah, we could do a poll.
Do you want to do a
Okay.
poll?
Yeah.
We can do a poll. We can have a
We
moment
can-
on here where we do a poll.
All right,
We can do
I
a
think we
poll.
have basic ass Fantastic Five. I like the Wet
Wait,
Bandits.
hold on. I can't keep, I haven't even gotten an open yet. Wait.
Well, that's okay. We can keep. I just like we need like 3 options. I think
Yeah.
the Amoistos,
Amoistos? I
The
kind of like
Unsinkables.
the Unsinkables. I like.
The Wet
I would
Bandits,
go Wet
was that-
Bandits. I'd go Wet
Wet
Bandits
Bandits with
over
double-
Fantastic. Fantastic Five is boring as shit. I think Wet Bandits.
Yeah, I think we get to find out the tone of the campaign depending on the poll.
Yeah.
And then everything else is
no.
determined.
All right. I got it open now. We can put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can put in 5 for them. For
3.
suggestions.
We have 3
Yeah,
that is in there.
I like Amoistos, Wet Bandits, and the Unsinkables.
Yeah. Also, Mac, if you vote for the Amoistos, I'm not cooking you food for the next several years. You can cook for yourself.
Moistos. Love it.
These are all awful. Oh, these are incredible.
Oh,
Well, this is what you get when you make juniors name their.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure,
yes.
and like under pressure, someone's like,
Under pressure,
yes.
Danny did not tell us beforehand. Oh, remember you're naming the party today. They were
nope,
just
not even a little bit.
This is what comes out of that. You see the other juniors in the crowd; they have fear in their eyes, and they're just leaning, like, "What should we do? What should we name our? We got to be cooler than the Amoist."
Wait,
I'm
is
gonna
the
throw
poll up?
I'm gonna throw two in there for the fun of it. Do extra
Oh
ones.
no.
I gotta come up with one more. Hold on.
Do
So,
I
Max, are you
see?
suggesting that you're gonna lie to your girlfriend?
I don't know how I feel about that, darling.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Moistos, Jesus Christ, this is incredible.
So,
All right. So yeah, I think to keep it going while we wait for the poll, I think Calvic
Yeah.
leans down and goes, "Do y'all trust me?"
Yeah, I trust you.
I mean,
Oh.
you haven't led us wrong so far.
Do you have a magic carpet?
Not yet, but it's in the cards. And he stands up and loudly says, "The name that gets picked by the poll."
The poll isn't up yet.
I know, it's just some way.
and Lord Walker will be like, "Wow, these juniors really have a lot of creativity in them. I can't wait to see what success they have." And all right, thank you. You can go back to your seats now. Your RA will find you shortly after this, and then you'll be able to get started on your dorm decorating extravaganza.
Calvic just said
poll is
says under his
going.
breath, "Fucking nerd."
to Walker.
No, when he mentions the RA,
Oh,
Calvic
okay.
just says under his breath, "Fucking nerds."
These fucking nerds.
Cal and the big sticks. Wait, hold on.
Cal and the Big Sticks is
Cal
pretty
and the big
solid.
sticks. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Wait, do we only get one vote? Oh man.
Oh no. Okay, I love this.
Oh, people are taking it seriously. That's so sweet of them.
I'm sorry, I'm throwing my vote away and voting for Cal and the big sticks. I have
Oh, the
to.
Big Six is really good, is the thing. That's the problem. Oh, but I
Cal
can
and the
vote
Big
again
Sticks.
because I've got.
Oh, for points.
Yeah, you can use your fucking scrolls to vote for things. This is great.
I should have taken that off.
No,
You
this
should have
is
done.
perfect.
No, it's just who's more dedicated. Which
Oh
Oh
my
my god,
god.
there's so many votes right now.
This makes me so happy. I mean, there's 43 people watching the stream right now. This is a solid ass turnout.
It's
Yep.
true.
I love this so much.
So far, the Unsinkables are is in the
Winning
win.
by a margin, a whopping 56%.
It's definitely not me voting for my own option 5.
You.
Moistos, you better.
Everybody else as well. The redistribution of wealth.
This is incredible.
I can't.
Also, just from my own knowledge and Leora's knowledge, where is Riley in this situation? Like, is Riley in the hall?
Riley.
I'm very glad I I was certain that Riley was going to end up being in Ava's coven. I was
same.
certain that was going to happen.
Very afraid of that.
You ever felt like they're going to maybe kill someone?
Oh, guys, someone's voting up on Moistos consistently right now. Shit.
Yeah, and it's Mac.
Yep.
Oh my god. Okay. So Riley, you do see come up to the front with a couple other younger first years, very kind of mild looking, very nervous, as most of the first years are, but thankfully Riley did not get into the besties squad.
Oh my
with-
god, what is happening?
Oh my, Moisos had 69 votes for a moment. That was very
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
When
When does this
this end?
This is
Yeah.
a 10-minute poll.
Oh, we are not waiting 10 minutes.
Well, okay, players, let's stop
There's less
voting.
than 5 minutes left.
Okay, yeah, players can't vote anymore. Everybody stop. I don't know why you guys were voting so much.
Oh my god. Let's continue with the game, and what will be will be.
Whatever
Mhm.
will be.
So, as Lord Walker finishes his speech, he will step down from the podium. The Star-Spangled Banner will fade into the background and off into the silence. And you will notice the first years start to get approached by older students. Iro, you will notice that Sana gets approached by a professor, and the professor points to, it's Clyde actually, the donkey professor, and he will actually point to Ava's group, which Ava's still not there right now, but he will point there and whisper something to Sana, and Sana will like kind of nod and walk over to them. And you guys will be approached by a very slender, pink-haired nymph who comes up to you. You'll see him on the map, I believe.
Lyle.
Yes, Lyle. And Lyle will approach you all and be like, "Hi, everybody. I'm your RA. I'm going to be the one leading you to your dorm room. I'm going to introduce you to your master, and I'm going to be the one in charge of you for the year. So, this is so exciting. Is everybody just so excited?
Yes, absolutely.
Bursting full of joy.
Yay! Okay, so just a few requests from me. My name is Lyle. I think I said that already, but you're going to be like my most precious Chroma kids. So please, please, please do not wander off. This is like my first job, you know, to be the RA, and I don't want to mess it up. So if you get me in trouble, they might like reassign you to somebody else. So try not to get me in trouble, okay?
Right,
Yeah,
of course.
I can
Nymph?
do that.
Is
Yes,
he like another student, or is he like 50?
He's a student. You can tell from his capelet that he is actually a second year. So Sana was also a second year. The second years are kind of assigned to lead the first years.
Okay.
So first things first, you don't have a name yet, so we'll wait on that one. First things first, you're gonna have to wear your capelets at all times during classes, and ideally something formal. Do you have shoes? And he's gonna ask Neora, do you have shoes?
No.
You don't have any shoes?
No.
Okay, well, we can fix that. We can fix that later.
Do we
but
have to
I-
have shoes? Because I like my feet to be free.
Yeah. Like,
I mean,
feet
that-
prisons are kind of bad. They're really restrictive.
That's kind of like a dress code. I mean, dress codes don't really exist after the fact, after classes, but during classes, you do have to wear socks and shoes. Otherwise, your stinky feet will, you know, no offense. That's just like what the dress policy says. But, you know,
Do you think my feet stink?
no, not at all. I don't think they stink. I don't think you stink. I think you're very tall. And he tries to
But,
think
like-
of like something to describe her, like, imposing. But in a good way.
We can arrange shoes. We can. Don't worry. We got this.
But like, what if like you were like a satyr and you had like cloven hooves, and then like you kind of had to wear shoes because they don't really make shoes for that.
Well, they make like custom sandals and things for, you know, like usually a lot of mer people don't really like shoes either. I had to get used to it too. So don't worry. I totally get you.
While this is going on, Kalvik has wandered away from Lyle and the group and is
course he has.
and is going through and observing all of the different pastries, and he's pulled out a little notebook.
Iro has also disappeared during this conversation. I would like to follow Kalvik without him noticing me.
And I will go over to Maris.
Calvic is distracted, so I don't think he would notice you following him.
Okay.
Oh,
Like
Maris
behind.
is listening very intently. So.
That's very respectful of Maris. Thank God for her.
Yeah, Lyle is looking down at his like checklist, so he hasn't noticed that Calvic and Eero have wandered off, and he's just like, "Okay, so introduce yourself." Okay, so now we are going to introduce you to your master. So like all the teachers are your professors, but your master is the professor that leads your coven. So only address them as master. Okay?
Okay.
Like you as you say that, Oculus' face just shifts from like very concerned to like, oh, that makes sense now. Danny knows what I like.
So-
okay, that was.
So you
Continue.
are assigned to, and he looks down at the name, and he kind of like his face gets a little bit. Master Conway, and he turns towards the tables at the front that have the professors, and the professor that he goes to look for, this seat is gone, and he's like, I guess Master Conway went on ahead, so you can meet him later. But that's okay. That's totally okay. And you notice that all the covens are getting their professors introduced to them. You will see Professor Bristol go over to Ava's group, and he was assigned to them, and he's just like, yes, you're very lucky to have me. And you'll see Clyde try to wrangle this large group of werewolves. They're all like 5. There's 5 of them, and they're just like, Professor Clyde, we're so excited to see you again. And they shove him in between them, and he's just like, oh, okay, yes, please stop. Yes, please stop. And he's just like getting shoved in between them, like in a circle, as they pass him around. And let's see who else we have.
I'm assuming at least one of those werewolves is riding Clyde out of the room, just gets up on his back.
Yeah, he's got his wand. He's like, and Clyde's like, okay, please don't slap me there, please. That is very unprofessional.
Don't slap me there. No promises.
Oh my god.
Oh god, this campaign.
I think in the meantime, while this is happening, Calvic is still perusing the desserts in his actually pocket. He like throws a moon pie in his bag, and is definitely like munching on what looks like the equivalent of a cosmic brownie.
Okay, all right. Yes, and Maris, you do still have those candies, but yes, you're eating a cosmic brownie right now. Awesome. Okay.
Right, Eero got their notebook out and is scribbling down notes about what Calvic is doing, and then puts it back in her backpack and watches the werewolves and the professor leave the room.
Okay, so Calvic, go ahead and roll me a grit of 5.
Ooh, okay. I can do that. What is my grit? Well, it's not terrible. It's a D12.
Could take half if you wanted to.
Well, I rolled a 6 plus 1 is 7.
Okay, so you feel fine right now with the first cosmic brownie you're eating. It's just you've had quite a few of these, I assume.
Oh, just one. I'm just going from one to each, and I'm just like, what? I'm just taking no. Calvic is just, if you were to look at him, he's just like looking at things, maybe sniffing them, tastes a couple. He doesn't like take a bite and put it back. He'll like take a bite and put the remainder in like his bag or something, and like make some notes in this little notebook, and then keeps going.
Okay, so, where did the other 2 go? Hey, please don't run off. Come on, come back over. You're gonna actually be taking your lunch to go, so don't worry. We'll have plenty of time. I'm almost done with my checklist. Okay, you know
Calvic looks back and is like, oh, sorry, and wanders back over.
Okay, you know what, everybody, just go get maybe some lunch. Put it on the plate. You can munch while we walk.
Oh, great.
So, go ahead. You can explain if you want to what your character eats. This might be a very different experience for some of you guys. And there is actually alcohol available in the hall. Mead,
Cheers.
wine, beer.
Yeah,
Well-
Nero has a glass of wine.
Eero is
Walker's
going to
already
freak
chugging
out.
a beer. Sorry, go ahead.
Ira's gonna treat this the way you do any meal in the arbor. She's gonna go get her own personal bottle of mead, and then just take handfuls of whatever berries and jams and plants that they have and pile them on a plate, and kind of take a whole bottle of mead off the table and then see where he's supposed to go.
Oh, I mean, there's cups, but you could also take a bottle if you feel like you need to drink that much. Just don't get too crazy, okay?
Achilles will go over to a full-sized turkey that has yet to be touched and will pick up the entire thing off the platter, like, put it under her arm, and will just, like, rip off a leg and just eat it and walk. She goes.
And you will see Kronos, like, crawl down and just start...
Yeah, I give him one. I give him the other leg.
Yeah, he's digging into it. The drool and the grease is just dripping down as he digs into it. And Lyle looks horrified. He's just like, okay.
What's Lyle's familiar?
Lyle's familiar is actually a little bluebird that sits on his shoulder, and it looks back forth to everybody. It's like,
I think seeing how horrified Lyle is at watching that, I think Kelvik, who is still munching on maybe one of the maybe the same moon pie that he ended up putting in his bag, and he walks over and goes, "Hey, don't worry about us. You're not gonna have to worry about us at all. This is a good group." He's like trying to put Lyle at ease. And also, like, start to set a precedent that he's not going to have to keep a close eye on us.
go ahead and give me a charm of TN 6.
I'm going to take half and get an 11.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's definitely a critical success. So he's going to like look up to Calvic and be like, "Oh, I mean, of course." And you can see there's a little bit of a blush on his cheeks.
I think he puts a hand on his shoulder. He's like, "Hey, you're doing a great job. We're gonna be okay."
Oh.
Thanks.
And then goes and like stands by Achilles and it just keeps munching on his moon pie.
I think I got a really good group. I feel kind of bad for Sana though. Sana's gonna have a handful. Did you see them?
Oh, that was.
Wait, who did Sana get?
Sana got the besties.
Besties?
My
Oh!
sibling is apparently my sibling is an RA. I really thought she was not a huge. What did you call him? A huge fucking nerd?
Yeah, huge fucking nerd. That's right.
Hero says that out loud now in front of our RA.
Are you Sana's little? Oh my gosh! Oh, they were talking about a little sibling coming. Oh my gosh, you look just like her. You're so cute, but tinier.
I think
Good
Calvic
voice,
steps
though.
up. Calvic steps in and goes, No. Okay, Lyle, too much.
Baby,
He leans in and very quietly says, baby steps with this one. It's okay.
Right. Okay. No. Sorry. So your sibling, Sana, is one of my favorite people here. We're actually part of the coven together, and I actually did like a makeover with them last time, and it was so much fun.
Heard of you. You're the reason why she's wearing clothes.
Yeah, I love clothes. Which is why, if anyone needs any shoes, I have like 50 pairs in my dorm room. So you might be my size, probably. I don't know. We're both nymphs, Neora. So, and he like goes and holds up his foot next to Neora's. We're kind of the same size.
Neo just places their foot to his. Like, did it look comparable?
Yeah, I think so.
Neora's like.
I don't have
nearly
your
5'4".
size though, Achilles. So we might have to work on that. So Maris, what are you getting to eat?
She's getting something that probably looks a lot more normal than everyone else. She goes for like a good salad with a bunch of veggies on the side, a couple of hunks of whatever meat she can find, and then probably a second plate filled with the desserts, because you know she needs the energy. So a couple of those cosmic brownies, some moon pies, that weird fudgy looking thing.
And just be careful of the cosmic brownies. They're special brownies, and you know if you're not used to them, they can really knock you on your ass. Okay, so Neora, your turn.
I grab
Neora's
the
getting...
rest of them.
You grab the rest of them.
I just put them like all in like my dress. and carry him around.
Neil's going to get a bottle of wine and a glass to actually, pour from the bottle to actually drink it a little bit more properly. And then probably whatever they could take as, either fruit bowl or, a sandwich. Something that's, they can eat in a corner somewhere that's, quiet and not going to draw much attention to them, food-wise. Because then, doing something to defend someone is different to someone looking at them as a person.
So Neora, Maris, and Eero both have very healthy plates, and the rest of you are eating brownies and turkey.
My little wet owl out, Lilla, and just kind of put him on top of my pile of food so that he can have whatever he wants.
Yeah, he'll start picking at the berries. Okay, let's go. So first and foremost, first stop, Nimue Hall. We've been here. So this is the hall you will go to eat. It's the hall you will go to all announcements, and it's super easy to get to. It's in the middle of the castle. So if you'll follow me, let's go outside. And he will lead you all outside. Let's see if I can change the map real quick. All right.
I gotta remember to move my little dude around. I'm just always standing by myself in the corner because I forget.
Which is very Eero in all fairness.
Yeah, that's pretty on brand.
Okay, so you're all standing actually probably on the stone balcony outside of the main area, the front area. And you see the stained glass windows and you see the plants spewing out of them. It's a very green, very beautiful castle. And so he will lead you up the steps to the right and he will just start explaining to you. So this is where the library is, and this is where the natural classroom is with all of the herbology and chromozoology and stuff like that. You can see there's animals always in there, so you'll hear them. Oh yes, Eero.
When can we go to the library?
You can.
I would like to
library.
second this. Yes, when can we do that?
Well, I love the enthusiasm, but right now you'll have to wait because you can only go to the library on your free time. Library's really cool, but right now it is closed because, the first years are supposed to be exploring the castle on the outside. And also I need to show you to your dorm. Okay? So, and you will want to probably explore a little bit, but also you want to know where your dorm is because the dorm decorating contest, right? Yes, Eero.
Do you need a library card?
Yes, but you can apply for one later. But you do need a library card. Yes, Eero.
Is there a restricted section?
Yes, there is.
Ooh, I'd like to know why is it restricted?
Not available for first years though, unfortunately.
Why?
Or second years. Mostly because it deals in forbidden magic like necromancy and chromomancy and things like mind magic, things like that. Only study materials, of course. Not actually how, they don't want you to do that kind of stuff here. Yes, Eero.
How do you get access to the restricted section before you're a third year?
I don't think you can. Yes, Eero.
Who could I talk to who would know how to do it?
I guess the librarian. Priyanka was in the hall, but she's probably headed back to the library now. And her assistant should be in there too. Yes, Maris.
Where do we get supplies for decorating? Because we really need to win this contest. Because I really have to have lunch with Preston Walker, Lord Walker.
This is kind of like a new thing, and I didn't really expect it because we've never had a dorm decorating contest before. I think it's Lord Walker's idea. So I think he just wants you to get really creative with it, but I'm not sure. You might have to think on how to stick out because there's a lot of first years, and I'm really rooting for all of you. I hope you all win. So if there's anything I can do to help, and also I'm sure Professor Conway will help you too.
Right.
And he will pick up the pace a little as he walks.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Have I heard of Professor Conway? Out of curiosity. It's okay if I haven't, I'm just curious.
Yes, you have heard of Professor Conway from your sisters. They talk major shit about him. He is the chromozoology professor and also the herbology professor. He shows up about half the time. And he's
tenured.
He is tenured.
He's tenured.
And he tends not to put 100% into his job. He tends to kind of get first years and let them be. Let them do their own thing, and he rarely shows up. Hey, your sisters have a lot of bad things to say about him. They're basically like, why is the school still hiring this guy? Like, why do they keep him?
Good,
This is
excellent,
ridiculous.
perfect, good. Okay, good to
Okay.
know.
Okay. All right. So, and he's going to start walking. A lot of half of the castle is down the lake. We're not going to actually go down there because tonight is the club showcase. All the clubs are going to come out and show you all their stuff, all the extracurricular parties. And that's actually going to be down there in the classrooms and in the trenches as well. Yes, Neora.
It's okay.
Okay, so, and he, yes, hero.
They're mine. They're mine.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alvik is slowly sipping on his drink, chuckling to himself as this interaction continues.
These spires, and he points up to the top, are where all of the dorms are. So we are going to actually be going to that one. And he points to the kind of shoddy looking blue shuttered one on the right-hand side. That's going to be where we head. That's where your dorm is. And you notice, like, there are other spires that have the stained glass window, that have the really beautiful windows that protrude out with the roofs. But yours looks like it's boarded up and a little bit hanging off its hinges.
Do we need to sign an insurance waiver in order to access this, or is there some sort of liability? It looks like
I don't know what that is. What's an insurance waiver? But you don't have to sign anything. You just get it. Isn't that cool? You get your very own. So you will actually be living with your coven for the next 3 years in this dorm room. You'll be eating together and studying together and sleeping together and showering together. Yes, Hero.
Do you know what suing is?
No.
We're in the UK, so no.
I don't know what is that?
Never mind.
You guys have a lot of great questions.
Calvic looks up at it and says, wow, they really spared no expense on this, sarcastically as he looks at the shuttered appearance.
So he leads you guys in to a very, very small, dusty space. This space looks dimly lit. The windows are boarded up on the inside. Most noticeably, there's a lot of just neglect. The table looks like it's missing a leg and it's propped up with like a pile of books, old books. On the left-hand side, there are 5 beds that look like they are definitely worse for wear, and they're shoved all to the side. And there's some cobwebs like everywhere in the corners of the room.
I love the cobwebs.
Neora like half puts the hand up, puts it down again, puts it like half back up, and kind of just hovers around that kind of space.
So it's yes, Neora.
2 things really. Could we maybe get some like water? And why are we being punished?
Like you need a glass of water?
Nah, like more like I'm made of water.
Oh, so you need like a tub or something.
Kinda.
Well, I mean, the bathrooms are across the hall and you share them, but yeah, I could get you a tub of water. No problem. And I don't know what you mean by punish. It's a beautiful space. It just needs a little work.
The windows are boarded up.
I think that's because the glass is missing. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Calvic at that says, no, that's easy to fix. Come here. And like gestures Maris over and just like grabs one of the boards and is like, 1, 2, 3. And they like start ripping a board out of one of the windows that's boarded up. Like
Aklis?
Has anybody died in here?
I think that's why they boarded the windows.
Well, I mean, I don't know if anyone's died in here, but definitely. Well, the last coven that lived here, they slowly started leaving. And so, like there's 5 of them. And then, one of them left and the other one left and the other one left. And yeah, after a while, it was just 2 of them living in here. And it's a lot to keep up with. Yes, Aklis.
Has anybody done a ritual sacrifice in here?
I hope not. God, I hope not.
She
You might want to look under that rug.
Aklis looks really disappointed.
I feel like Kalvik and Maris are over continuously just tearing boards off the windows, and Kalvik says back like, "Don't, don't worry, Aklis. I'm sure we can find a way to christen the space." Okay, another one. Jesus Christ.
Just try not to summon anything bad, I mean, the space is yours. You want to make it yours, and a space can inhabit your feelings and your coven's, vibes. So make sure your vibes are good. Yes.
How would you define good and bad in terms of the Academy's standards?
Oh my god.
Please define morality for me really quick.
Is this a question for the dorm decorating contest?
If we had a ritual sacrifice, would that bring us closer to having lunch with Lord Walker or farther away?
I think that depends. It depends on who you're sacrificing.
I bet if we made a sacrifice to get better cap the bat skills, we would totally get more points towards getting that lunch, right?
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. That would really catch his attention.
Yeah.
But I gotta head out, so because I gotta get with my own coven. So the bathroom is across the hall, and Master Conway or Professor Conway is across the hall too. His room is actually right across the hall, so he might be there. I'm not actually sure. Yes, Ira. Last question.
Wasn't a question.
Oh, okay. Last statement.
You said you were gonna get Neora water.
Right. Yes. I'll head out after I get Neora water. Yes. I don't know where I'm going to find a tub, but I can do magic. This is going to be easy. So you'll start strolling out. Just let me know if you have any questions. Bye.
And I think I think Kalvik and Maris finally finish ripping the last board off of the window that very poetically puts a nice beam of sunlight into the middle of the room, filled with dust is floating through the air.
Yeah. That's a lot of work there. But how do we fix the glass?
Fix it? What do you mean? There's a nice draft. Oh God, oh Jesus Christ. Oh God, okay. I need to take a break. And he goes and sits down on one of the beds.
This is the closest to home I've felt in a couple hours, so this is good.
I feel like I probably should have taken more wine.
We could probably go back and get some more.
Oh God damn it, the brownie's kicking in. Okay, hold on.
Oh no. Is this
I have a bottle of mead, and also Maris, aren't you a wizard?
What?
Like when things when something is broken, a wizard can go bling, and then it's not right.
I mean, I theoretically know some magic. I haven't really done a whole. I did enough to pass the exams.
Yeah, I think Kalvik goes, no, that type of oh Jesus. Oh, that type of magic is a little above our pay grade. Oh.
But
okay.
It's just like, are there big chunks of glass missing, or is it just cracked? Because if there's just cracks, I can fix the cracks. Probably, maybe I could try.
There are chunks of the glass missing.
Right.
It is cracked, but there are chunks of it missing.
I don't know how to grow glass.
I could grow a mushroom there.
You
Maybe.
know that. Let's start with that. Mushrooms are pretty.
I will point out too that some of you brought bottles from the Nimue Hall.
Some of us don't have a very high intelligence stat.
Bottles? I didn't grab bottles. Who grabbed bottles?
Neora.
I have a full bottle of mead, and it looks we at least have a glass of wine, right? Or did you bring?
Neora brought a bottle and a glass so they could pour it into the glass while they're drinking.
So I don't know if this is like too meta talk, but like what does I imagine of the group of like more what I'll call academic magic versus like more elemental magic. I guess I don't know that his focus maybe isn't so much in one that would know like, hey, I can grow, glass from a source, or I can use the glass bottles to try to like meld it into this space. But maybe he would have the best chance. Like what class of magic would it be to like do something like that? Like let's turn this, like what skill or stat would be used to do something like that?
Got a very high brain skill. I think Yura would essentially first she'd find like a vase or something in some cabinet and pour the bottle. I mean, I guess that's also glass. Find some container to put the mead in.
A vase with brown water and dead flowers in it.
Yes.
So you dump it out.
Yeah, I put the mead in there with the dead flowers. If you make this hot, you should. Can you make things really hot?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, then you would just like make it hot and then spread it like clay or something.
Oh, okay. I can
You have clay?
I know how clay works. Yeah.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah,
right?
I can do that. It's like art class. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
All right, Maris. So yeah, manipulation of the elements was what you applied to do. So you are going to take out your wand and give me a 4 for Tien let's see, fight, because you are going to be using combat magic.
How does assisting work? Am I only able to give my tokens, or am I able to assist in any other way?
You can give your tokens. You can hold it for her in order to kind of, make sure your hands are covered, but you can hold it in place for her. Yeah, and then
mechanically, how does helping work? Would that do anything?
Adversity tokens are the mechanical helping, so you can give her adversity tokens to do that.
But
so
I
you
won't
still
need
have to
it
explain.
because I rolled a 6.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So you light a flame at the tip of your wand, and you, Iro, I assume you kind of help adjust the vase and the bottle. And Maris, what do you do?
She's going to start by like pointing at the base of the bottle to get it heated up. So it's hot, glowing, and almost starts to melt. And then she's going to use that heated glass and manipulate it into all the spaces that are empty and let the heat flow away once it gets into the right spot.
Perfect. Yeah, you definitely do that. You very carefully shape the glass up into the spaces where the cracked gaping holes are, and it creates kind of a really cool effect. You notice. What color, Iro, is the vase that you pulled out of the closet?
Oh, this is my mead bottle. I poured the mead bottle into a vase full of dead flowers because I'm smart, but I'm not clever.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a dark brown or a dark green, maybe. I think dark green is cooler if it's the
dark green is cooler for sure. Yeah. So you kind of get that really pretty stained glass effect with the dark green diamonds through the glass, and it starts to catch with the sunlight and shine in. And now some of your room has that nice green wavy light inside of it.
Oh, this is pretty. Can I do it on the other windows?
I mean, yeah, it's helping lose a draft.
Yeah. Oh, it's
You're
so
really
pretty.
good at that.
Thank you.
I just need another second. Okay.
Nero just
Right, I'm ready to pull off more boards.
A glass of wine's kind of handed down into Cal's hand.
What color is your glass of wine?
I imagine Nero probably went for a white wine because...
Oh, I mean the glass. What color is the glass? It can be any color you want.
What is it, a Chardonnay? Is it a Pinot Grigio?
I don't know, like, whereabouts are we? Like, obviously, we're like a school, so we won't be putting too much money into it. Like, also, it's like a fancy school, so...
Oh, this is a very fancy school.
But also students.
Yeah.
Also students.
Like, for seemingly with a fair bit of American immigration students who have never drank before because they'll be 18. Although the British students have already been pissed since they were 4, so they will drink the closest available alcohol because we don't have standards over here.
Okay, so what color is the bottle?
I'm imagining a slightly pinkish hue to the bottle.
Oh, so it was a rosé.
No, I'm imagining it's a white wine, but the actual bottle itself.
So you start to fill in the gaps in the windows on the left, and I assume the left and right hand side both?
Yeah.
And so now you kind of have this really pretty pink and green effect in your room.
Ooh, I like
Aklis,
it.
how do you feel about this?
It's very colorful. I like.
Okay, awesome.
Good.
It's a
Calvic
refresh-
walks over and just puts a hand on her forearm, I guess. Very, very convincing.
It is a reflection of my vibrant personality.
It matches your dress.
It does.
Well, it coordinates with, I guess, is the
Do
better
we have any
term.
yellow class?
I can go get a yellow one, and I leave.
Is,
Oh, try and find a blue one. We can make rainbows.
Blue, yellow.
Ooh.
Yes.
is all of our stuff in the room too, or is our stuff not been delivered yet?
Yes, all of your stuff has been delivered. There's luggage lined up against the walls.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yes, you have all your things.
Alexa is sitting on top of a mountain of luggage, and next to it is like the backpack that Neora brought.
Yeah, Alexa's on her own luggage. She's like, that was so dramatic. And she like reaches her little nose in and grabs a cookie from the outer pocket. She's like, I needed that. And you'll notice, Eero, when you come back to get from the glass, Lyle is tugging a wooden tub that they have found, that he's found, I don't know, probably in an abandoned room down the hall. And he's like, all right, is this okay for like water?
Oh my god, say no. Oh my god, say no, please.
I don't think I'm saying no. I don't think.
Calvic comes over and starts to help
You
move the tub
wizard.
in.
Oh, thank you, Calvic. You're so strong.
As you're pulling it away when Lyle is looking the other way, you see Eero, Calvin gives you a... Keep jogging down the hallway.
He's like still pulling, just like panting. Sweat.
Here,
Okay.
let me help you
And
with
Calvin
that.
is so sweaty and Lyle...
Aklis
His
comes up,
shirt's so damp.
tries to take it off. Oh my god, are you having a heart attack?
No, I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Cosmic brownies are really doing something to you.
Jesus. Thought that was weak shit. I was wrong.
The school provides good shit.
Stay away
Okay.
from the light.
How does your door look, Deanna, as far as the situation for that? Because I know we want to take a break fairly soon.
Oh, it's gonna be a minute, so don't rely on me. Yeah, so whenever feels best for you to take a break, it's fine.
It's going to be a minute. I think let's take our break now, just so that way this is kind of the halfway point, and hopefully your dad will be able to.
Yeah, I got a message
Yeah.
from my dad 2 minutes ago saying I just left Seattle, so it'll be like an hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't rely on me.
Then
Yeah.
we're fine. Let's take our break now, and when we come back, we're going to figure out what you guys want to do, your plan in order to win this.
What is happening? Your background is just dissolving. Yeah, it's
Slowly-
break time. Oh
slowly
my
You wanna
god.
go to break,
Hopefully
huh?
this
Oh,
isn't a bad sign.
That was
Yeah,
incredible.
You're going to decide what you want to do in order to win, hopefully attempt to win this dorm contest.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good shit.
All right, we'll be back in just a little bit.
Hello, everybody. We have the results from the poll. The Unsinkables is our coven's name. Barely beaten out, or barely beat the Amoistos, which is very disappointed.
Soggy bottom boys.
And I would just like to call out everyone who tried to make Cal and the Big Sticks a thing. That made my heart very happy.
The Wet Bandits was also pretty cool.
The
too.
Wet Bandits was great. I
Wet
think
Bandits
that
was very funny.
it lost out to some other excellent names. It in of itself was an incredible name, but
I do like the Unsinkables because it is a relevant event that happened to shape you into who you are right now. So,
And
all
through
right.
every struggle and every life event. All right already. We will float on. All right already. Okay.
I mean, you know what they said about the Titanic.
Oh no.
It's unsinkable. I can't wait till we're at the bottom of the lake.
Just like your reputation. All right, let's get this dorm contest on the road. So, you look around at your very dismal looking dorm. However, you did fix the windows and it's already looking a little more cheery. And okay, so there's a few things you guys can do when it comes to the storm contest. You can go search and try to find cool decorations. You also do have your luggage. You will probably want to strategize and plan what you want your dorm to look like or what you are trying to plan for this. You can go talk to the judges. He did name off the judges, so you can try to talk to them and see what their preferences are. You can personalize it in any way you choose, or you can try to go sabotage somebody else's dorm. So depends really on. Oh,
Hero is not going to be particularly helpful because my dad just got here. But
okay.
She will do whatever anyone needs her to do.
Okay. So those, you can even think of something new you want to do, but kind of discuss what you'd like to do with this dorm contest and how you think you would be able to win.
I guess Cal. I don't know if this should be in character or out of character. Cal probably is less inclined to sabotage and more inclined to just try to do something cool in our dorm. But I think he's yeah. I would just say that. I don't know how everyone else feels.
Yeah.
Sabotage doesn't feel very Maris. She's more. She's going to start hauling around furniture. She's already hauling beds around. How do we want to sleep? Like, do we want to be all together? Do we want to be sort of separated?
I'd like to sleep in the tub.
That sounds like a good plan for you. Yeah.
I'm digging this space over here, so dibs.
So like,
Okay.
if anyone wants like to put that bed, like, if anyone wants like a double, you could like take mine.
That's really cool of you, Mara or Yura.
Yeah, I don't mean to be that guy, but I am used to sleeping in something much bigger than a twin. So if that's an option, that would be ideal.
I'm used to sleeping in a dark pit.
So
Cool.
we should maybe cover up. You could be in like a corner, and we could cover up a window, and make it really dark for you.
That sounds perfect. I don't know how I would sleep with the light.
Okay.
Would you rather a dark pit? Is that what you want?
I mean,
Like,
you know
we
where
could-
one is?
We could like. How long would it be to like
so-
swim?
Yeah, I have ideas.
Yeah.
I'm loving the light. I'm loving the light that we have, and I think that gives us a natural advantage because I don't think anyone else is going to have this. Yeah, let's move the beds first.
Okay. Yeah. We can totally move the beds.
Like, I was thinking like, if you wanted like a pit, I could like coax some vines and like some ground in, and like we can make like a little dome, like not a dome, like a divot in the corner for you to like be nestled by vines.
That sounds really nice.
Okay.
I think
So-
Calvic. Oh, go ahead. You go finish.
Neora's gonna like skip to the edge of the walls, and obviously there's plenty of like moss and ivy. I assume it's not particularly well kept stonework. So Neora is just gonna coax that to start growing inwards into the room.
This kind of reminds me of my childhood. It's, I grew up in a nest, so.
Oh,
Yeah, they're gonna make
interesting.
like a little nest.
I'm sorry,
of
did you say a
vines.
nest?
Well, I was born in a nest, but
Yeah, like all of us.
Yes, weren't you born?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
No.
How
Not-
are you
wasn't
born?
really-
Well, when a man and a woman love each other very much.
We should probably. We have not been friends long enough to give them that speech yet.
Oh, we not? Oh, deal.
I mean,
Okay.
there just needs to be a certain level of friendship first. I
Sure.
think, before we have that discussion.
No, I get it. I tend to rush these things. I understand. Thank you for the boundaries. So yeah, dibs down here. Dibs.
Yeah.
Dibs. Everyone got it? Dibs.
Yeah.
Cool. So my bed, and he starts like pulling. I'm assuming the cots are kind of not well built, so he just like pulls a cot
No.
over, and then looks at Nero and goes, "So you don't need a bed."
Nah, I'm good.
Cool, great, and pulls the other cot and like shoves it right up against the other cot, and is like, "All right, so this," and he gestures up to the top left. This probably, I don't know. This is like sectioned off. That's probably another good room. Achilles, I saw you over there, and like gestures to the top right corner. That probably looks like another room. The walls, I mean, at least there's some amount of privacy. Apparently, some of us don't normally wear clothes, so I don't know how much privacy is going to mean to most of us in this group. But
Yeah, clothes are really new for me. Like, I quite like this hoodie.
yeah, it's cute. Definitely, yeah, keep it up. So what other I did the bedrooms. So what else you got?
Well, we should probably have like a space to study, right? And like a place to eat, because I still have this plate of food, and it'd be nice to like sit at a table, right?
Here, there's a table up here. Let's just like move this over here. And like gestures to move this dining table over to kind of like this area, and then they look at it for a little bit, and it's like, I don't know, maybe it should go down here in the bottom right, and they start like rearranging things until they have general.
As you start
Yeah.
to move that table, the drawer falls open and a dead rat is inside.
Oh, Kronos, dessert! You are so lucky.
I'm just gonna start.
Hey, don't forget to cough up the bones in my corner of the room. You know I like rat bones.
We need more bones in here. More death.
Ero,
Yeah, hi. Yeah, hi.
were you born?
This feels like we should maybe know each other a little while longer before we talk about this.
Oh,
What are you, hero?
what am I?
Yeah, what are you? Oh, I'm not supposed to ask that question. I'm sorry. What are you technically?
Where am I from? No, where am I from?
Okay, where are you from?
I mean, I'm like I'm kind of like what Neora is, but like for trees instead of for water, mostly. So like a dryad, but like where I'm from, they're usually called like moss folk or tree people or things like, because I'm not, Greek, and dryads are Greek. I grew, kind of.
Do you like plants?
I'm
Should
from
we put like
Wales.
a lot of plants around? Wait, like England, Wales?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
I
cool.
know, but yeah,
But like, it's opposed to like ocean Wales, right?
yeah.
Or New
Like the
South
place,
Wales, which I
not-
The
believe
UK.
is Australia.
I'm from the United Kingdom,
Right.
Wales.
Yeah, like
Not
the place,
England.
not the animal.
In the
Yeah.
background, Calvic starts letting Axe swim in the giant new tub of water.
Okay.
I'm from and I go over to the green window and I kind of point towards where I believe the North Sea to be and go, I'm from over there.
Oh, like close? Or did it take a long time? Well, I guess we all did like the teleport thing, so
Yeah,
Yeah, time is relative.
Are you from close?
No, I am from the United States, and that is kind of far. It's actually, I'm not too far from where Lord Walker comes from.
So you
Um,
are close to Texas.
I I am less Texas and more Midwest, but yeah, I've been to Texas. There've been a lot of cheer competitions over there. They are big into cheer and big hair.
So your last name is Walker, and you're
Yes.
from close to, but not Texas, and you are
Yes.
an American, and
Yes.
you are a wizard, and
mm,
Lord Walker is your dad.
my dad's favorite Cap the Bat player.
Okay, yes, that makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
My dad is Horatio Walker, and, ever since he heard of a famous Cap the Bat player with the last name Walker, he's like, well, I have to be the biggest fan, right? Because, it's our last name, so it's kind of like an unwritten rule.
Okay. That makes
Like,
sense.
if there was a super famous Cap the Bat player of the Arbor, you would have to be.
That would no. Yeah. No, we don't play sports. No.
But if someone did, you would be a fan of them, right?
Oh, we would never speak to them again.
Oh, okay, so we have slightly different cultures, and that's okay. What's going to happen because you have to learn how to play it? Are your family going to stop talking to you? We can't let that happen. I'll keep it secret. I won't tell them that you
Sana
play.
got special permission to be here, and
Okay.
I am also here.
Okay. So you're not going to get in trouble, right?
Not more than usual, no.
Okay. That's a concerning answer, but that's okay. We're going to work around it.
Are
I
we
think
doing a sacrifice?
I don't think we're going to do a sacrifice yet. I think we need to decorate and move tables and
yeah, Iro, could you actually? And he points to the bottom right-hand corner and goes, "I think we're gonna need a study area. Could you make that into a good study area?"
Yes.
Great, excellent, thank you so much. And he goes back and continues. During this whole conversation, he's just been unpacking his shit over here in his little corner, and is beginning to take things out of his bag.
Yeah, Neo's going to continue making the nest for Ackley's.
Achilles doesn't have anything other than the clothes that she's wearing right now, so she has nothing to unpack. So she's gonna just kind of stand over Maris's shoulder while Maris moves stuff around, and she's gonna be like, "You are very, very happy and smiley, and you smile good. How
Thank you. I have practiced my smile for years.
you do not scare people when you smile. How can I smile and not scare like you?"
Oh, it takes a lot of practice. I'm sure there's a mirror in the bathroom, but we'll get one in here so that you don't accidentally scare someone while you're practicing. Because I had to practice my facials for so long, and you've got to get the expressions, and it helps if you lift your eyebrows up a little, up. That's better. That's closer. And try to make your cheeks go up. Yeah. Yeah.
See, the unfortunate thing is, Lauren, you're adorable, so it's
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Is it working? Are you happy to see me, or are you
I am
scared?
so happy to see you. It's almost a little bit too much in the corners. Try
You
and,
just hear Alexa go, "Oh my god, what is going on?"
Alexa,
Yeah,
chill out. We're practicing.
I'm getting strong. How to Train Your Dragon Toothless tries to smile and is like,
He looks like he's
Bye.
going to eat you. Not to be rude or anything, but
No,
It is okay. Oculus looks a little embarrassed. I will,
hold
I
on.
will work on it.
Yeah, hold on. And Maris is going to go into one of her bags because she has several, and she pulls out a mirror and hangs it on the wall, on the inside wall of Oculus's little area. It says, here, this way you can, like, practice. And if you want, I can get you some posters of some of my favorite cheerleaders because they're always smiling. And we could put it up, like, next to the mirror. And you can try making your face look like theirs. It'll be really friendly.
Try to make my face look like theirs.
Yeah.
I mean, we are at magic school. I bet I can learn to do that. Yes.
Absolutely.
I like
You
this
are
idea.
brilliant.
I like this idea. I will do that.
Okay, great.
Thank you so
I'll
much.
get a poster. You are so welcome.
You
and
are
Calvic just yells
so
over.
welcome too.
The
Calvic just
concept
yells over his shoulder. Just don't try so hard. Just to really throw a wrench into that whole plan. Just to like give her totally opposite. Like try to practice smiling. Don't try so hard.
the concept of a mirror, Oculus, is a little new for you, right? Because like I imagine the families and the people in the underworld don't have them in their houses. I know for sure Charon and Ossipity don't. They're not. The only time you've ever really seen your reflection has probably been in the water.
Yeah, and then you see your reflection in the river Styx. There's souls under it who keep like bursting out of your eyes.
That's true. That's true. And Charon is not a particularly like he doesn't really have any desire to look at himself in the mirror. So this is very new for you.
This is what I look like.
It is.
I'm a sexy lady.
Yes, you are. That's right. And every morning I want you to get up and look at that mirror and say to yourself, I am a sexy bitch.
I am a sexy bitch.
There you go. And then smile.
Calvic, I am a sexy bitch.
Calvic, without looking backwards, if you get a shot like from the back, Calvic's head just goes up. He nods, and then he goes right back down.
Iro, Niara, I am a sexy bitch.
You really are! And then he like sprints over to her bag and like flicks through their bag to pull out a comic of probably one of the either Marvel one or potentially one of DC's Spectre comics. For one of the incarnations of death, with all of its beautiful majesty and its black robes, with that like statuesque Greek beauty in it, and they're gonna run over and like bring it to Ackley's. I got this from Riley, and like it's a really good story. Like, and from what I can tell, like you have like the little bit spooky vibes. Like it really works for you, and like maybe you might like this, and then just.
I love it. I cannot wait to look through it. Niora,
Yeah?
What is a beach?
Oh, okay, so I know this one.
Like, she's just like side-eyeing Maris, like she has no idea what that means.
So it's like
While this conversation happens, Calvic announces very loudly, "Okay," and looks around the room and whispers under his breath, "It's just like decorating a cake." And looks around and goes, "I'm gonna go get decorations." And turns on his heels and walks out of the room.
Okay.
As you walk
No,
out of
you
the-
can stop. He's like, wait, what? Huh?
We did a Target run before I came here. So if you want to go through that
Target.
box,
Oh,
I might have some stuff we could use.
good call. And he walks over and starts rooting through the bag.
So you hear a quick knock, 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 knock on the door.
A bitch is a female dog.
I mean, that is the most literal translation, yes.
it's also a slang term that like people used either in a negative derogatory term to say they're mean, but also in a term of like friendly camaraderie of like you are like the person. Like
Calvic answers
think.
the door.
Calvic, you see Riley standing on the other side with the goose, of course, Darcy standing by them. Oh, yes. Could I come in for a moment?
How the hell did you get that thing to follow you around?
I don't know. It just follows me everywhere. And like
Yeah.
every time I try to put my hand down, it puts its head under my hand, like it needs me to scratch it, so I do.
Calvic just like looks the goose up and down, and is like, "Please don't eat anything," and then like gestures for Riley and the goose to enter the.
Yes, please behave.
Niora, your friend's here.
Then they're like spins the heels.
Hi,
As soon
Niora.
as the goose
Hi.
enters the room, Ero is like bending down, doing that squat thing, and putting their arms out, like, "Please love me."
Just flop, 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 flop. Looks over to Eero and just flop, 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 flop. Like flops away to the other side of the room and hisses again.
I take Lila out and I spend time with him instead.
Don't take it personally. And Lila's like, yeah, that goose is a bitch. If you ever want to know what a bitch is.
No, that's they're
I am
it's
so
the other kind.
confused. But I do think I know what you mean. It is spelling, right? So instead of I, it is E. So I would be then a sexy bitch.
It's more the
Yes.
enunciation.
And
Bitch.
if you're going with the more like friendly way, you can actually go with biatch.
Bitch.
Yes.
Oh my
Lila
God,
meets eyes.
I think
with
I
the
cracked
goose.
my jaw.
Lila meets eyes with the goose across the room, just and they
Turns
both
his
do
head
like a
around
hissing.
like 180 degrees and
So, okay, so I've heard some things about the contest, and I wanted
Oh.
to come tell you because I figured it would help. Wow. And Riley looks around the room. You guys have a very well, a very dusty room.
Behind is the word you're looking for.
Right, sorry. Yes.
As
of
he's
course,
still
behind.
rooting
It's-
through
it's
the
his-
box.
I didn't think. Okay, anyway, so I heard I overheard some conversation from some other covens. I heard that the bestie squad, they're trying to go around and ruin other people's rooms. So I don't know if they're going to try to come, but just to let you know, I also heard that you know about the 3 judges, right? Well, there's
No.
well,
Vaguely.
there's Lord Walker, right?
Yes.
And I just kind of heard from the grapevine that, well, his favorite colors are red, white, and blue.
Of course.
And then, and obviously he's obsessed with Cap the Bat. So I maybe if you decorate something with Cap the Bat, he'll like it or give you more points or something. I don't know how it's going to work.
And Calvic goes, "Oh, I think we have that covered," and takes out a giant poster of Lord Preston Walker from the box and goes,
Oh yeah.
"Are you?
Look, I'm a fan. He is.
I
so
can't
good.
even give you shit for this because it's gonna help immensely. God damn
That
it!"
poster's
God.
like life-size.
What?
I imagine it's signed.
It goes from the floor to the ceiling. It is actually bigger than me, and that is saying something.
is it like a magical poster where like it moves or is it
Mhm.
static?
Is
It's
it?
been going,
I think it's going to be a magical one. Yes.
What
Cal-
pose-
Calvic looks
what
at a
pose is he
tall-
making?
Yeah,
I
what
think
pose is he doing?
He's probably trying to look really distinguished with arms on, hands on his, fists on his hips, but one holding his broom, and the yeah, the look that Deanna's giving. Yeah, that's the one.
I think Calvic looks at one of the two. They're not pillars, but like where the wall juts out. He looks at one of the two and then looks at Ocles and says, "Ocles," and like holds it up as high as he can and says, "Will you please hang this up high on one of those walls?"
Yes, but of course. And she'll go over and she'll just take her hand and at first her knuckles will hit the roof and then she'll stick it to the side and she'll hang it.
So what I've heard about the other judges is that there's obviously Professor Clyde, right? He's the donkey-looking one, and he really likes plants and things of that nature. He's really into, and he really likes the color purple.
Okay.
Okay, I could do purple plants.
And Miss Professor Medusa, who's very scary. Apparently she really likes artwork and statuary and things. So I don't know. That's just what I heard from some of the older kids.
Are we talking about the same Medusa?
Well, she did have.
I think she had snakes in her hair. I couldn't really see. She was like, I don't know. I think. I'm not sure.
Is
That's
it?
really cool.
Is it? Is it?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't even know something like that existed, but I guess she does. And then Riley takes a look at the comic. I assume. Did you put it down, Ocklys? Do you still have it in your hand?
Yes, I have it.
Okay, so Riley would go over and like look at the comic and be like, "Oh, that's Spectre. I know that, I think." And their face gets a little bit slack, and they're just like, "I don't know. I think I recognize it. You kind of look like her." And he'll point to the death character on the front of the cover.
Oh, that is so sweet. I like you.
Ockley's tears up.
I do. She tears up, and I imagine
Well-
the character just like looks terrifying and like that is so sweet. That is the nicest thing anyone who above the earth and not in hell has ever said to me.
They are both sexy bitch.
They are both sexy. Thank you.
A sexy bitch? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
With an E
I don't think you're a bitch.
or an EO, but
Oh.
not
In the
like.
colloquial usage that means that person. No, that one like a person.
Like a friend.
And
It is the
Okay.
good bitch, not the bad one.
The good bitch, right. Well, I just wanted to I gotta get back to my coven, but I just wanted to let you all know so that way, for helping me, I wanted to help you.
That is so very nice of you. And
you.
yes, don't worry. We are planning downfall to maim the Poseidon daughter.
I really like what you did to her. I don't know what happened, but
What do you mean?
I mean, I don't know a thing. Riley will grin and just be like, "Okay, come on, Darcy." Pick Darcy up, and Darcy just like flops their long head over Riley's like hair, just like chews on their hair as they walk out of the room.
are you feeling okay about everything?
I love Riley.
Were you talking to Riley there, Tess?
Yeah, just like as they're leaving.
Oh, okay. As Riley's leaving. Okay.
And he was just like,
Ockley's is like, yes. Oh, sorry. Shuffles off screen.
right. I think so. I'm a little overwhelmed by everything. I mean, it all just seems very fast, and
Mhm.
I can't really. Well, yes, I'm okay.
Okay, we'll talk soon, and I'll try to help out where I can.
Okay, thank you. Riley will leave.
Kalvik, as Riley's leaving, walks up with one big pile of decorations in his right arm and walks up and puts his left arm around Neora as Riley leaves and goes, I like that one. All right, time to decorate. And shoves a
Yeah.
pile of decorations into Neora's hands
Yeah, me.
and says,
Me too.
yeah, you have that corner, and points towards the corner that he's claimed and says, those streamers need to go up on the wall. And this stuff, and it's like a bunch of, he pulled out as much of the red and white, I don't know if he could find much blue, but pulled out a bunch of red and white cloth and is like, okay, this stuff I think can be hung up somewhere over there, and heads back to the box.
I definitely feel like Neora's
And
got the
sees-
plants and purples down for
Yeah.
sure.
He goes, oh yeah, and takes the decorations back and goes back to Maris and says, can you hang these?
Sure.
And looks at Eero raising their hand. Yes, Eero?
according to my notes, of the three judges, we seem to be focusing on Lord Walker primarily with the red, white, and blue, and the poster and the cap, the bat. Since we all have brooms, we could put that somewhere. But we have,
Uh-huh.
of course, Neora knows how to work with plants and seems to have an affinity for growing mushrooms, correct? So maybe doing something purple and with plants for Neora would make a great deal of sense. Does anyone
Agreed.
have any statuary or snakes?
I actually needed to go. I was gonna now go out and buy some stuff. That sounds good. Does anybody else need anything while I'm out?
Can we do magic for the statue part?
You can.
I would like to do magic for the statue part, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
I would love to attempt to, because I have seen the likeness of this individual, I would like to attempt to create a statue of Perseus with his head with his head off.
Okay.
And
Mhm.
at the feet, like at his feet, and he looks like he looks terrified, like he was just turned to stone by Medusa.
What would you like to make that out of?
I would probably, let's say she would go and get like some of like the there's got to be like natural clay, or like this is a lake, right? So there's got to be like natural clay or silt or something like from the lake that I could get somewhere. So then I would take that back and I would attempt to form this statue, and I would hopefully get Maris's help, since she is the elemental goddess, to kind of like superheat it, to bake it into like a clay statue of sorts.
Okay.
Yeah, so that would make sense. Like some kind of earth magic fight would be good for that. Maris and Oclis, you can work on that. Neora and Eero, you're working on the flowers? Or are you just is Eero kind of like delegating?
I think Era's delegating.
How much longer do we have until the thing happens? Until we get judged?
You've got about a couple minutes left.
Oh, commit. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah,
A couple minutes until we're getting judged?
Mm-hmm. You can see, like, when you look out the window, you look and see the bright red feather of Lord Walker, and he's actually across the way at another spire, and you hear his laugh, like on the balcony. Ah! Well, let's take a look and see what these juniors have to show us. And he'll go into, so you see he's making his rounds.
Mhm.
Hero has a plan.
Yeah, so what would it be to get some cool plants?
So cool plans, go ahead and give me a, let's see,
I've got a plan if it affects the TN.
You can do either a brains check to figure out what plants you want to do or where you want to harvest them. Are you trying to grow them or are you trying to collect them?
I think it's more conjuration.
Conjuration?
It's more trying to like will the plants to like, find root in the wood and grow from them.
Will them. Okay, so I'll let you either do grit or brawn. I'm leaning more towards grit.
Yeah, I can do grit.
Okay.
Cool.
So you're willing the plants, you're kind of willing the roots, right, to start coming up through the stone. Go ahead and give me a grit of 9.
Cool. So I'm pretty good at grit. Oh, yeah, that's definitely going to be fine. That's a 7 and a 4, which does explode. That's a 1, so that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Okay, so explain to me how you get the flowers to kind of grow out of, I assume, the walls and the floor.
Yeah. So it's going to be primarily on like the little path, like a path parallel to the carpet on either side. And it's going to be the forest is going to be like forest, quote unquote, is going to be around 10 inches high with what looks like miniature trees and colored decorations. So it looks like Pix is the right height as Pix like jumps through the plants
cute.
on the ground.
And where in the room is this? Just so we have a way to note that when we build it.
So it would be like in the walkway here, like as you actually walk into our dorms. And
Okay.
when Neora's going to jump in.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Hero has a little bit of a plan while Lord Walker is coming down the hallway. If Calvic has already started walking away to go shopping and we have no time, he's going to send...
If we only had a couple minutes, he'd probably be trying to find another way to help. But yes, I think if you want to.
Well, Hero's plan is essentially send his owls to go get Calvic and head Lord Walker off in the hallway, because if anyone can talk to him and make him in a good mood for entering, it's Calvic, to just stall him for time a little bit in front of our door. And then Hero's gonna go over to Maris just while they're chatting and say, Maris, so I don't have a lot of experience with, Cap the Bat or anything like that. How would Horatio explain why Lord Walker is so incredible and maybe what some of the highlights of his career are?
Oh man. Okay, so there was the game in 19 against the strikers, And-
Eero's plan is to get Maris going through the highlights of his career while Lord Walker's entering, so that we'll be organically discussing how wonderful he is as soon as he enters the room.
Yeah, she will keep going on about that as she's hanging lights, and she also has found a Sharpie because when he walks in the room, she's getting him to sign that damn poster.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Aklis, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
Yes.
You got very excited, so
I did. Okay. I would also like to. I want the statue to be hollow, and I want to fill it up with candy, like a stone pinata, so that it's a brittle pinata. And then I'm gonna go to everyone else and go, okay, listen, I know a little bit about Medusa. Long story, but she does like musical theater and opera. So what if when she comes in and she has her focus on the I put the statue head back on, and it's just very precariously on there. When she comes in, we do this really big, ode to Medusa to change the narrative of her story, where she very valiantly destroys the Perseus. He's gone. He's bad. And
Okay, we can do that.
Do you have an ode? Because I can cheer with the best of them, but I don't sing all that well, and it usually takes me a couple of tries to memorize something. But I fully support you doing it.
it can also just be, theater.
I fully
Just
believe
follow my lead. I know what happened.
you hear
a plan materializes for Eero, essentially, that what he's going to attempt to do is lead through the dark room experience, like the dark ride at Disneyland experience of our dorm.
Oh, God.
We begin
Okay.
with an introduction by our dear Calvic of a please welcome Lord Walker.
Yes,
I think Calvic has been waiting by the door for when he knows they're close, so he can step out and essentially set up and
He's gonna do
stall
the
for final
fanfare.
seconds. He's going to try to give as much time as possible by meeting them at the door with the door closed.
perfect. So you see Lord Walker walk up, and he looks down at his parchment. He's like, "Well, it looks like the Unsinkables are next." And next to him is Clyde, Professor Clyde, and next to him on the other side is a small gnome-looking guy with glasses and big black afro hair, and he's holding a glass, a bowl, if you will, with Medusa's head in it.
Oh, that's what that thing was. Okay, I
Yeah.
got it. Here we are. Yeah, I think Calvic sees him coming. Lord Walker, Professor Clyde, Professor Medusa, thank you so much for coming to our wonderful dorm. I've heard very
Calvic,
wonderful
was
things.
it?
Yes. I believe most of you know my siblings.
Yes.
They've said wonderful, just wonderful things about all of you, except Lord Preston Walker, you're used to having wonderful things said about you all the time, I can imagine. But Professor Clyde, Professor Medusa, my siblings won't, in a loving way, shut up about you, because you all have left quite an impression. And we're hoping to do the same for you today. I have to tell you, we've spent quite a bit of time personalizing and loving on our dorm room. Thank you so much for giving us clearly we'll say the most unique of the dorm rooms. We have very much enjoyed playing with the space, so to speak, here in the last hour or so. I think you're going to be very impressed. So
Real quick, I have a question. Where exactly is your master of your coven?
That is a very good question. Haven't seen him yet. Hasn't quite been around. I don't know if he's in and points past to the door across the hall. I don't know if he's been in there or elsewhere. Haven't quite seen him yet. Sure, he's got very important things to be doing. We've been trying to make up for his absence here.
Dunk, dunk, dunk. Out from under the front doorway of our little dormitory is a tiny little owl who fits under the little slot there, does a magnanimous bow with one wing out, and invites them in.
Oh, well, that's kind of cute. All right, let's head on in then. I just wanted to make sure you'd had no assistance apparently from your professor. That's interesting.
No, to be honest, can I tell you something, Professor Walker? Lord Walker?
Yes.
We didn't need it. And he opens the door with a flourish and very quickly hits his wand, shoots his wand up and then creates a spotlight out of illusion magic, like a spotlight that goes and like down the opening to their place with one very special spotlight on his poster.
And
we first enter into the room that Niora created as we're going on this dark ride through the room. We're going to go to each room individually.
And Professor Clyde will reach up and just, these vines are so beautiful. Wow.
And
what
to
kind
the
of
floor,
flowers are these?
they'll hear a little chirp as noises kind of just emanate through, and then Pix will jump alongside them in beat with their footsteps as they walk through.
And Clyde nearly stepped on Pixel, so he brings up his hoof and he's like, well, excuse me. And what kind of flowers are these? Does anyone know?
Well, that one there is a crossbreed I bred myself. This here is a slightly modified version of a lily. These here are tulips from my garden in Wales. And the author just points out everything they've got. This here is a admittedly modified for the climate version of a Saharan desert flower. I believe it is called a cornelian, if memory serves me right.
Well, they're very beautiful. Wow, I've never seen flowers like this. Okay, let's move on. So what do you have next?
The little owl starts wandering down the walkway past Pix and walks into the main room where I believe the large poster is up and whatever Americana decorations that we have that I think Kelvik and Maris were taking the lead on this room.
Oh, well, that's me right there. And
Kelvik starts
yes, it is, Lord Walker.
Adjusts the spell
Obviously.
a little bit so that the light right above Preston Walker's thing slowly goes from white to blue to red to white to blue.
Oh, that's beautiful. This is my game in 2018. Yes, Lord Walker, that's very nice, but the students are trying to give us a performance here.
Maris was just telling us about your game in 2018. The things that happened
yes,
there.
you had the most fantastic save against. Oh, that one was against the Skull Crushers, and the way you just dashed in and brought up that wall and got around them. Oh, it was beautiful.
Wasn't it though?
It was fantastic. I've watched that so many times. My dad plays it every Saturday. We watch that game, and I would be so honored if you would sign your poster.
Of course. Of course.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
And he'll take the Sharpie and he's just like, that was the turning point of Cap the Bat right there. I will tell you, that was the turning point of Cap the Bat. He's like, flourish. All right, what do we got next? It's beautiful. Best part.
Lila will walk across the floor there and enter into the area that will...
You will see that Medusa, after having to hear that thing that Lord Walker was going on about, she's a little bit annoyed.
Lila will wander closer to the next room and make a sound to instigate. It's time. And go around, spread his tiny little wings out far and walk backwards solemnly into the room where the dirge is occurring. What do we come across? I have no idea.
Kelvik does a turn of his wand.
I can see your glory.
Lord, are you muted?
Lord,
I am muted. I'm sorry.
Kelvik does a turn of his wand to then bring the lights up over the beautiful statue.
Can they be lights from below? So everything is...
Yeah.
Yes, it's like
shadowed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You see, have you ever seen some light shining up on someone's face, like they're telling a ghost story?
Yes.
That's always, you just see her she slowly comes out from behind the statue. Not it doesn't look like she's walking, it's just very creepily she's moving out from the side of
Kelvik
the...
puts an illusion of smoke and steam across the ground.
Roderick kind of notices you sneak out, and Medusa's like, don't drop me!
You've all heard the tale of the Greek tragedy that took so much scorn. The Perseus. Look at him, the mortal. And look! He stands before the Gorgon goddess Medusa.
I
That's-
like that.
The three fates. They turn the tides. For now, standing in her glory, is not a Greek tragedy, but an epic! And she does like this interpretive dance, like.
Is she having a seizure? Shut up! I'm watching.
But I give you the real ending! And like she goes over and she starts to try to push the statue over, and she's like, little Calvic.
Calvic really quickly runs over. Oh shit!
Push it over. Push it over. And
I will say, Maris, do you want to help?
Yeah, Maris gonna go and give him a hand.
This is very healthy. This is very
Takes
healthy.
3 of them to push it.
And just like the statue just kind of like and then I guess it finally topples over and just smashes on the ground, and candy and little bits of confetti just kind of out of it. That is how it is. That is how it ends.
So as the statue topples, Medusa's like shrieking in joy. She's like, yes, yes! Roderick, grab some of that candy and drop it in here. I want to taste Perseus' blood. And all the snakes go up. Yeah, so the snakes are going up and like little piranhas. And she's just like, that was a beautiful performance. I loved it. That's exactly how it should have ended.
I'm a little bit of a feminist, and it is just truly an honor to get to see you.
Well, thank you. I'm glad somebody recognizes me. She sticks her head up very tall. She has no neck, so...
She just kind of like bobs.
You're very recognizable.
Thank you. That was a beautiful performance. Very creative.
It took me 2 hours to get this right.
Well, I will say, you should look into doing dance. It's very striking. As you knock over like a glass.
Yeah, it's like I smash a sconce with the back of my hand.
Very dramatic. All right, so
I think Calvic steps in and says, "Professors, Lord Walker, thank you for coming to our show this afternoon. Please come back anytime. Tickets are 50% off for return customers. And we, please, good luck to everyone else, to every other dorm you have to see today."
So you will see the judges, they start writing things down in their little notepads with their quills. Lord Walker is just like, well, thank you very much. That was a very, very unique performance. We haven't had an actual performance in any of the dorm rooms.
And never will you again.
No, I don't think so. I think you were the last dorm we had to visit, actually, today. And I will say that was one of a kind. And Deuce's just like whispering to Broderick, write this down too. And Professor Clyde is like, well, I especially appreciate the fact that you were all able to make all of this up together as a team with such little notice. I'm very impressed on that. Do you plan to keep these decorations up?
If I'm being honest, we might need to clean up the statue and the candy.
But the poster's staying.
Yep, that has been made clear by my coven mate. The poster is staying.
As it
Fire
should.
hazards. Outside of fire hazards, I believe everything will be staying up.
And our entrance, which we didn't really get a chance upon walking in, but I would like to show you one thing that I've been working on, if that's okay.
All right, let's see it.
And Neora will skitter over to like one of the cactuses, and will pull out like a cactus fig which has been modified to have the spines removed, and kind of offer it up to Clive.
Oh, is it like a naked cactus? Like a sphinx cactus?
That was kind of the intention. The children kept on running into it in the river, so...
Well, it's
And
beautiful.
naked is a theme in our dorm room, apparently.
I'm wearing clothes.
Well, for now.
Just let your RA know if you plan to go nude around. Lyle's a sensitive soul.
Yeah, he's good.
As far as this cactus goes, it's beautiful. What was your name again?
Neora?
Neora. I think maybe you should keep this. My coven is a little bit, Well, they're a bit rowdy, and they might break it if they run into it accidentally. But keep it in a special place.
Thank you for the raid, Misty Mountain Streaming.
Ow! Ow!
Woohoo!
Woo!
Keeping it
Lovely to see you all. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Wow. Welcome, welcome. We are just about to end judging the dorm rooms. And let's see. Clyde will take a look. Out of the corner of his eye, he will catch the light coming in from the windows. And as they're leaving, he turns and he looks over to them and he says, "What's that?"
That's just for us. You can look at it, but you can look at it.
I'm sorry. What are you talking about? Just the light?
Well, it's strange. It's not really. I didn't think this room had stained glass windows.
Oh,
No.
no, they were broken and we fixed them.
Maris did it. Maris made them.
Oh, you fixed them yourself? Okay. You glass blew this?
Not blue so much as melted.
Pottery, but with glass.
Yeah,
Is that-
that's it. Yeah.
Okay. He's going to note it down in his notes. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
should
Anything
hear-
for such lovely professors.
Well, thank you. We got to get going, but you will hear the results shortly.
Cool.
You all are sexy beaches.
Okay,
Oh.
well, all right.
Oh, Medusa's like, hell yeah. Fork tongue flicks out. And Lord Walker's like, all right, okay.
All right,
Oh
all
God,
right,
it's
all
time
right.
to go. That was
I mean-
one too many beers.
It ain't a lie.
I ain't
yeah.
denying it, but
You got something to say, tree kid?
That's problematic.
Is when is the first opportunity that somebody who might be when is the first opportunity to meet Priyanka?
Oh, Priyanka. That's God, who's Priyanka again?
The
And
librarian.
Clyde's like, oh yes, the librarian. Yes. Oh. Well, the library opens when class starts, and that'll be tomorrow morning.
Okay, how early in the morning?
How early in the morning does the library open? 9 o'clock.
Is that Pacific time or is that Eastern Standard Time?
That is magical standard time.
Oh, that total sense. Makes sense.
you
Nothing to do with the sun or the moon.
British Standard Time is a clock. We all know this, yeah? We have one time
Magical
zone here.
Standard
Yeah.
time. Freaking amazing.
You should hear the results at dinner tonight, and then of course you will want to attend the club showcase tonight. See if you want to participate in some extracurricular activities. Of course, we will have a Cap the Bat team. You know, everybody has to be on a team, but this is like extra practice. And they will walk out.
Goodbye.
Hi.
I think that went really well.
I think we nailed it.
Totally.
Calvik goes and lays on a bed. Oh my God.
How's Brownie going?
Oh, great.
Oh, do you want one? I grabbed a couple.
What do they do?
And Calvik just lays on a bed with a pillow over his face and just puts a hand up and points.
You're always like this.
You haven't known me that long. This is yep, just try one. It's great. It'll just just try one. You'll love it. And without looking, he assumes Eero has their hand up. Yes, Eero.
How long does it last? And will it last through dinner? And will we get in trouble?
No, they gave it to us, number one. Number two, I don't know you. I don't know your metabolism. How often do you eat?
At parties.
Good. Yep, this is gonna go super well if you have one.
That was sarcasm. You may not have caught that.
What? No.
Maybe just like a bite to start. Not a whole one.
Lilith's like, do we trust them? Do you really?
And we hear that?
Yeah.
It might
What's
do
not to
anything.
trust? And he throws his arms up in the air with a pillow still over his face. We're coven mates.
I think that the best strategy is to take the drugs that are being pushed onto us.
Agreed. Hero, we're gonna be good friends.
But what if we get in trouble?
Then it is Calvic's fault.
Just want to say that on this channel, we do not endorse the use of any illegal drugs.
They're not illegal. The school
Is it
provided
illegal?
them.
I'm
The
just-
school
I'm just-
gave it to us.
I just want to make sure we're covering all our bases here, everyone.
They're totally consensual.
I think for the safety and security of our long-term stay at this school, it is best for us to take the drugs. Would anyone like to split the drug block with me?
If we take it, you all take it too.
Oh, well, I was just gonna have the fudge, because I've got more of a sweet tooth than anything else.
Alexis, like, chocolate can kill me.
Oh, but I brought you some chicken.
Yay.
Calvic raises his hand again. I might be able to add something to the chicken.
No, Alexa doesn't need any additions. At all.
I will have the drug block.
Do you want to split it with me, or do you want? You're much larger. Well, maybe like 3/4 to 1/4 kind of split for size.
I will split with you whatever you do not wish to eat. I will eat.
Okay.
So I guess we're all doing drugs then.
We're all
I'm
doing
just gonna have
drugs,
fudge.
man. It's gonna get real close and gnarly.
We have a lot of
As-
followers recently, so here we go. This is what they're coming into.
We're
As,
all about to go on a journey.
Oh,
As this interaction, I think Calvic ends up sitting up and he's like sweating a little bit just from
Are
like
we all
everything in
gonna
the
be
last
that
hour.
sweaty?
Are we all gonna be that sweaty? Yeah.
True, you are
Calvic
very
sweats a lot.
sweaty.
That's what I've determined. Calvic actually goes into his trunk and pulls out his shower caddy and is like, I'm gonna go shower, and leaves to go take a shower.
What drugs would you guys recommend?
The drug that we have is called a cosmic brownie, and the only one who has ever used one before just went to take a shower. So I
Okay.
think we take whatever amount feels right to us, and if we die, it's his fault for leaving.
But we
As-
also have cosmic eyes, don't we? Like we bought them
Or-
in the store.
you can.
Disconnected.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
I think Twitch was
Just
like,
as we were gonna take drugs.
Oh no! Well, we are about to end, but that's okay. We'll continue.
But
We'll
we're
finish it
back.
off. Oh wait,
No,
we're
no,
back.
no, we're back, we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
back. Okay.
Welcome back.
Yeah, Neora will take whatever seems so like the most socially permissible one at this point. Neora has never done this before, but like is not against it more. Just you live in a river. Sure.
Iro will take exactly what Calvic took, probably a little bit less, but what he took so that Calvic will like him.
Oh
Mhm.
no. Okay.
Good,
Um,
good.
Ocles, how much are you taking? Poor Maris is going to be hurting cats over here in a minute.
Yeah.
I'll take whatever's left from Eros because I
So
said I was gonna
actually,
split it with them.
Calvic took a normal amount. We took a large amount. I had 1/4 of it, and 3/4 of it is going to
Okay, so then 3/4 would go to
No.
Mia.
Oh, guys, don't take that much.
for
Danny,
scale.
No.
Okay, so are we eating it? We're swallowing it?
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Danny, what
guys.
drugs are available? Just for my own reference for Neora. What are the current selection of drugs? Is it just the brownies, or is there other?
I think it was just the brownies.
Just the brownies. Maris has some candies, but
And Calvic
you
has
bought
not
on the
broken out
train.
his stash yet, so
yes. So, Neora, are
I
you?
guess
You're
we gotta.
eating?
Yeah, no one told Neora that they're not meant to eat an entire one.
Well, we
Okay.
don't know.
So-
The only one who knows when to take a shower.
yeah.
So
And
Neora's just
Calvic
gonna eat a
definitely
brownie.
ate a whole brownie. So
Yeah,
Neora,
Neora's eating one whole
You're-
ass brownie.
you're gonna
Oh.
roll a grit of 10,
Cool.
or please try to reach 10 rather. Ocles,
Yeah.
go ahead and give me. You ate like a large piece too.
What am I rolling?
a grit of. Go ahead and do 10 as well. Eero, go ahead and do 11 since you never.
That's a D20 for me, so I'll take the half.
Okay. Well, I have a D10, but I have to get an 11.
Yes.
It's if I use my adversity token, I suppose.
I could have a token.
Grit?
I find it.
It's a grit.
That's great. Yeah.
What will happen if I fail?
You're just
Good.
gonna get yeah.
Just gonna get fucked up.
You're just gonna get blasted with
I
this.
think it's funnier if I don't use my adversity token, so I'm
Same.
gonna stick with the 9 that I
agree.
got. It's not okay to fail, but
I want to fail too.
Ockley's, you'll take the brownie and you'll be like, so what is supposed to happen? Like, I assume you just like.
I don't feel anything.
But the two smaller members of your party or of your coven are going to be swaying. Or what are you experiencing right now, Eero and Niora?
what are these supposed to do?
Yeah, like what?
Are they
What
like
type of-
cannabinoids? Are they
whatever you
like
want it to
marijuana?
be.
They
Or
are
is this more like-
essentially like
Compare this to a real world illicit
Oh
substance.
my god.
they are essentially like kind of like pot brownies, but they have a special hallucinogenic effect as well.
Okay.
So you might see things. You can get creative with it.
Awesome.
Can
It's like the psychedelic level on
Can
Psychonauts.
Maris throw in a couple of adversity tokens to make it easier to babysit them?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Basically,
She's gonna have to.
roll. Yeah, I would say you have to roll basically like a charm of.
Amazing.
Oh man, like 8.
Okay.
Because basically what you're doing is just trying to keep their attention while Calvic is away showering.
I feel like Niora's hallucinations are like the wooden furniture. Like the trees of like the ghosts of those furniture are gonna start talking to Niora and asking why Niora's complicit in their death.
Oh my
As
god.
Niora just sits there
Oh, so
staring at
she's-
this table.
she's
So
a guilty high.
you look down at your journal and it starts to form a face like the Evil Dead book,
Yeah.
and it's just
Oh my
like,
God.
why?
Yeah, that was a 7.
Okay,
So-
so you do your best to try to reel them in, but they are definitely all over the place. Niora is crying over her journal, probably.
Staring at a cabinet. It's just this one cabinet. It's like there was an ancient oak tree. Like you can see the rings
Oh.
in it. It was like hundreds of years old, and Niora's complicit in its death. And Niora's just crying,
Just
with
staring.
the hand on this cabinet.
Hero, what's going on with you?
Do you think that Calvic's sweatiness is genetic and his heroic ancestors were also very sweaty? His father was Eric Vick, and his father's father. I'm gonna go through his family tree and just spill pretty much everything famous about Calvic's life and his span. Almost as it sounds like I'm reading the Wikipedia article out loud while I stare at the opposite wall.
Okay.
His great-great-great-grandfather had a 14-inch stick, and it was earthy and wide, and he stole it from the Grim Reaper.
How would you even know
You
all
want
this?
more?
Maris, I assume you're posted like in front of the door at least, so they
Yeah.
don't
Oh,
leave.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, what is Ockley's doing during all of this? I'm very interested.
I still don't feel anything.
Ockley's isn't high. Is just sitting on the end of a bed, like waiting, waiting for something to happen.
It's that demigod part.
Yeah,
Am I
I
sweaty?
I like to imagine that Calvic comes
She'll like
back in his
smell her
towel.
armpits to see if she's sweating, like if that's a thing that's supposed to happen.
I imagine Calvic comes back in his towel like 15 minutes later, took a nice good long shower, and comes back and just sees all of this happening and just chuckles and goes to his corner of the room to change.
Calvic, I'm not sweaty yet. Why am I not sweaty yet?
You didn't eat enough brownies.
Well, that is disappointing.
I say here and pull another one out of my bag and
Oh
toss
my
it to
God.
her.
Are you gonna eat it?
Yeah, I guess I'll eat it.
Oh no.
All right. We will assume since Ockley's is on her second, she is
Hell
definitely high.
yeah.
Oh,
Her eyes just dilate like a cat. and she's just doesn't move.
Calvic looks at Maris and goes, "No."
No, someone has to babysit.
And it's about that
Just lock
time
the door.
that you see somebody comes up to your door. Basically what happened was you see somebody pass by, you hear the footsteps stop, and then they slowly back up, and you look and see in the doorway, it is a man you haven't recognized except for at the front of the hall.
It's Master Guy.
Master Lord Conway.
Are you?
I'm a coward.
Calvic
Hello.
quickly steps in, still just wearing his towel, pushes his new friends back, and is like, "Hi, no, yeah, you're good. You just go take a seat, my friend. All right, Master Conway."
Yeah, so Master Conway is standing there. Let me give a description real quick for
Please.
our audience. So Master Conway looks like he's about 40-some years old. He's got this long silver hair that's tied up. He is a merman, so he's the webbed ears as well as the scales, silver blue scales that go up and down his cheeks. He's got gills, and you will notice the most, not only that, but he looks like he's a bit of a mess as far as dress is concerned. If you've seen this picture on our social media, his robes
That's
are
him.
ragged. His shirt is untucked. He's wearing these dad sweatpants that have little drawstrings and very bright pink salmon colored sandals, open toed. You can see his toes sticking out, got the scales on top of his feet. And he has bags under his eyes. He looks very tired, perpetually stressed, and stop and look at all of you and be like, I can't believe it. I can't believe they gave me more first years.
Achilles just gets off the bed, goes up to him, goes, "Can you believe it? You can't, but you can. Do you know what happens when the clock strikes 12? Do you know what happens when it strikes 3? The three gongs, the gong, the gong, the gong."
Atlas!
Metis!
All right.
Metis!
Calvic walks out of the door and closes it. And it's like,
It's just like, do you know? Do you know?
click.
Lord Master Conway.
It's just Master Conway. No Lord, I'm not the headmaster.
Master Conair.
Conway. They're even stupider than my last coven.
We've
can't.
taken drugs. And it's because we did not have a strong adult presence. You're not very good at your job.
Who gave you drugs?
You did
The school.
Me?
because you weren't here.
Hero, why don't you
The
let's-
school
let's
is
go sit
complicit
down
in so much
and-
death.
I can't believe this.
Calvic steps up and goes, "Hi, yeah, Professor Conway. Clearly we're good. So thank you. This has been fun. You can go back to whatever it is you're doing now.
You just see.
This has been a pleasure. Also, it will be so sweet when we have won the contest without you here. So thank you for all of your
What
assistance
contest
and
are
your
you
help."
talking about?
Exactly. This is wonderful. We're gonna be here if you ever want to meet your new cool ass across the room roommates. But until then, I'm sorry. Yes, Eero.
Why is that kid raising their hand?
Diora hasn't said anything yet.
And everyone looks at Neora.
Neora is
Are you Neora?
Neora's hugging a cabinet, counting the rings on the wand.
And I have another question.
Oh, Eero, hold on. Pause. We're clearly not firing on all cylinders, but it can only go up from here. Yes, Eero.
Do you know Priyanka?
Are you asking me if I know Priyanka?
Yes, she's the librarian.
Yes.
Okay, you need
I
to
have
get them
another
sober by the
question.
end of dinner, or I'm giving you all detention.
Okay, yeah, we'll take care of it.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
You better take care of it. I'm gonna go get a drink. And he's gonna walk off.
Is that
And,
like
and
Feels
Calvic just
unfair
yells,
to punish us for something the school provided. This was in part of your lunch material. Then Niora just passes out.
They gave us the devil lettuce for our salad.
Calvic just yells, "We're gonna be friends."
You just hear him mutter down the hall. I can't believe they gave me another group of juniors. Fuck me. He leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Have all of you seen the movie? Have you seen the movie that has To Sir with Love? It's called To Sir with Love, and it's about a teacher who doesn't want to be a teacher, but then he loves being a teacher because he loves his students.
Oh, I thought that was called School of Rock.
I don't know of that one.
Oh, we're gonna let me go into my bag. No, I'm just kidding.
Calvic, do you have something, any knowledge of what will fix this by the end of dinner so we don't get detention?
Can I tell you what it is?
the end of dinner?
And
12
he
o'clock.
gets nice and close, and he goes, "The tincture of time."
Great.
He goes, "No, they'll be fine. This is okay. They'll
Okay.
shake it off in a little bit. Dinner's what for now? Like what? 2 hours? It's fine."
Oh, Chroma kids! Are you guys ready to go to dinner?
Lyle,
Yes!
Wait,
I'm gonna tell you. The answer's no.
Calvic isn't wearing any underpants.
I'm sweating now. I'm sweating. I can feel it. It's dripping down the sides of my pits, past my
Okay.
waist.
Okay. I'm gonna give you
Yeah.
like 10 minutes. I'll be back. And he's like
Calvic,
red in
I'm
the
sweating.
face. He
Calvic
runs
pops
off.
his head out. Bye.
In
Closes the door.
in a small patch around Niora, psychedelic mushrooms have started to grow as they're passed out in like a drug state.
Oh.
Calvic goes and lifts up Niora and just puts them in the basin of water with axe.
Yeah, the kind of osmosis will start to funnel out of them.
Mhm.
And I think that is where we will end up. Because we are
The
not
most
getting to the
classic
rest.
ending point
What a beautiful
of any campaign.
What a beautiful
Oh,
ending.
gosh.
You gave us drug brownies in the first.
The
I
school
didn't.
provided drugs.
The school was like, "Oh, here's your welcome feast. Here are pot brownies," and they're not even
And then we're
pot
going to
brownies.
punish you for using them.
Somebody did. Okay.
Yes, something tells me these were not provided by the school, but that someone wanted to make it seem that way, which is great. Calvic's having a great time watching everyone go off on their first high.
Oh.
Perfect. I love that ending. We will start next episode
we
with
don't know.
dinner.
We don't know if we won.
No?
No, find out again.
That's the cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger!
Gosh.
Yep, that is the cliffhanger. Did you win? Did you not win? I don't know. You guys
Are
put on
we-
a pretty good performance.
Are
But,
we even gonna make it to dinner?
exactly.
Oh.
And will you sober up by the end of it? Because if not, somebody's getting detention.
I have a plan. I'm just saying. I'm writing it down in my cute notebook. I have a plan for the beginning of next session.
Perfect.
I feel like being in water would help, like a Niora funnel out through osmosis to the water. You kind of that's why they need to be in water all the time. It's like detox.
So we're going to roll into closing announcements now. Thank you, everybody, for following and subscribing. Lauren, I think you've got that list. We actually got quite a few people in today.
We did. Thank you, Knitting Daddy, for the follow. Thank you, Mac, for the bless.
Do you know Knitting Daddy, Danny?
I do.
Yeah, I was like,
Nice.
"This has got to be one of Danny's people."
Thank you, Winter's Tales, for the raid of 40. Thank you, Rena Stone, for the follow. Osquest for the follow. Thank you, Lord of Isikrin?
Mhm.
Did I do that right?
Got it in one.
Thank you, Hot Dog 1966. Thank you, Misty Mountain Streaming, for the raid of 14, and thank you, Okayest DM, for the follow as well.
So many raids and followers tonight. I think that is a success.
Hell
Please
yeah.
follow us on our social media. Use !socials to check out Ink and Liar and all of our social channels. We are everywhere. We are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Remember, our Discord is available to all of our community members. It is a pretty cute, fun little place. That's !Discord. So come join us, hang out with the cast and crew and our little community. And if you enjoy our show, consider supporting us with a sub and use that free Twitch Prime sub. It takes a lot of work to bring you this content every week, and we want you to keep bringing you awesome content. Subscribers get exclusive emotes and access to the secret corridor, where Lauren shares artwork and we share behind the scenes looks at what we're working on and more. You can also catch up on all of our shows on our YouTube. That is !YouTube. So make sure to follow us on YouTube. And Danny, is there anything Majestic Goose?
We have, I believe next week we're back with That's Pretty Crafty, where myself and DB talk about random nerdy properties and make a vaguely related craft.
Ooh, do you know what the
pretty
craft's
cool.
gonna be?
Yes, we're actually crocheting little zombie amigurumis and talking about the podcast We're Alive.
Ooh, that's gonna be
that
cute.
That sounds awesome.
That sounds amazing.
Sounds really cool.
So tune into that, please. Other show plugs, Deanna and Nanny. I think we're going to be on Tuesday playing Romancylvania, right?
So tomorrow?
Yes.
Yes.
We're gonna don't worry about overlay stuff. We'll use the traditional stuff.
You got it unlocked? You got unlocked?
I got it unlocked. I got it unlocked. Yes.
But the important thing is
traditional short rest stuff.
Okay.
We are
short rest stuff.
playing it tomorrow. Yeah. Is there anything else? Is anyone else playing anything? No,
Nothing
not
good.
yet. Well, then I hope you please join us next Monday at 5 o'clock PST, 7 o'clock CST, 8 o'clock EST.
And
1 a.m.
British Standard.
Time. There we go. I had to count 8 past the Pacific Standard Time to get
Yes.
there.
Will
Which
the
means it's also
Coven win?
2 a.m. if you were in the Netherlands, if anyone is interested in that specific time zone.
Yes. Will the Coven win? Will they become sober? Will they get detention? Will they ever earn the love of Master Conway? Time will tell.
No.
Gonna hate us the entire time.
Thanks.
I plan on earning that love, but we'll see what happens.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Stick with us. We are gonna raid, so stick with us just for a moment as we raid. Other than that, we will see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.